If you ask me how I really feel, the best things in life's for free. We are all part of the deal. You either tie it down or let it be. Oh, but every time it goes to hell, you figure out you might as well sit back and enjoy the show. Might be the end for all we know. Ooh, hey. Never mind what people say. You better burn them, fade away. Good times may come again, and bad news just falls like rain. You should try a little harder. Is that the best you can? Or do you just wanna be a man with a simple soul and a simple mind? Every night it comes my way, and every day it's taken away. This time it's round your neck. This time it's never going back. I've lived my life by asking why. Now I tell myself don't even try. So goodbye to everyone. I'm heading towards the setting sun. You should try a little harder. Is that the best you can? Or do you just wanna be a man with a simple soul? Just as simple. You should try a little harder. That's not the best you can do. Do you just wanna be a man with a simple soul and a simple mind? Peering out through splintered sunlight, all the earth she'll gaze upon. When you wake while you lie sleeping, when the working day is done. Through the windy, wild and barren, over mountain pass once more, I would sail the wide blue ocean if it would land me on your shore. Weary eyes, come look upon her. Leave your troubles at her feet. When you're called unto the yonder, sing the joyful chorus sweet. All the earthly flowers are blooming in her everlasting light. 'Tis the
Happy Saturday night, everybody. That was Waltz for Bridget by Roy Williams. This is not a radio program, I promise. How's everybody doing tonight? Let me pull this up here so I can see a little bit easier. For some reason, I have to connect to chat in OBS to be able to see the results of the polls, and it's weird. It doesn't work right for me, so I have to pull up the actual chat to be able to see it. We do have a poll up tonight. So we had a community poll this past week to ask whether we should go with Kenny or Jane. And overwhelmingly, like 88 to 12, it went, we should go with Kenny. So we are going with Kenny tonight. But the question that we have in chat is what we should do when we get to Wellington with Kenny. And it's whether or not we should go and stay at Wellington or go with Kenny. And I see you all have been chatting about that over here. PZ says stay at Wellington completes Kenny's arc. I happen to agree with that. I feel like staying at Wellington is the proper ending for Kenny. Just because he wanders off, he's completed his task, he's done what he wanted to do, and he just rides off into the sunset, like your traditional cowboy. And I don't like what Telltale did with him in season 3, or Jane for that matter. Like, I don't like the way they went with either of them at the they kind of retconned a lot of stuff, but yeah, so that's how it is. Upgraded Titan Samuel, how you guys doing tonight? Hope you're doing great. I just want to make sure I catch up with everything going on over here. For me, I was wondering if either Wellington, Indy, or Kenny, killing Kenny and go alone by abandoning Jane. Yeah, the thing is when I play for me, I like the Wellington ending. But the whole point of the live streams is to let everybody kind of like help make these decisions so that I'm not the one making them. It's a community decision as we go. So that's why I put it up to a vote. I did the Jane ending going back to Hal's one time, way back in the day. And I did not like that outcome when I saw what happened to her later. I don't think I've ever gone without Kenny or Jane. I think I've always stuck with one or the other because it just felt weird having Clementine with AJ by themselves walking off into the snowstorm. That just didn't feel like a very survivable thing. So, yeah. I don't remember ever going alone. The thought of Kenny being alone makes me sad. It is a sad thing. The thing is Kenny needs some time to heal. I wish more than anything that he could have gotten into Wellington. I think that is a perfect ending. If I was writing it for Telltale and we got to the end of season 2, the ending of the story completely would be for Kenny and Clementine. And I would like to see an ending where Kenny, Jane, Clementine, and AJ, all 4 get into Wellington, and that's just the end of their story. And then we go on to season 3, season 4. They can tell different stories with different characters, whatever. It drives me nuts, the fact that they wanted to drag Clementine's... Listen, okay, season 3. We're going to start season 3 next week, by the way. Season 3, I enjoy it as a game on its own. I don't enjoy the fact that they brought Clementine into it because she feels like she's only there for fan service, and it drives me nuts because that should never be the case for any characters. Speaking about the snow thing, let's consider it canon. Oh, okay. There was deleted content where Clem is actually supposed to die in season 2. That would have been really shitty. If I can say that. Respect Kenny's wishes and stay at Wellington. Yeah, Kenny wants you to stay at Wellington. His whole thing is he wants more than anything to have protected somebody. So that was a big thing. How's it going, Nico? Welcome. Glad to see you here. Before we get, I'm going to take a little bit longer to chat tonight because I want to give people time to get in, but also I started playing, just a little bit of behind the scenes, I guess, in a way. So when I play through these games, I record all of my own gameplay footage. And for the most part, if it's a game that I've played before, I kind of know where I'm going with it. I know what's coming up, and I can plan pretty easily. With Grand Theft Auto, I knew what I was doing with it, kind of, sort of. Even with the game like Fallout or the episodic, like the Walking Dead games, those are really easy to plan because they are episodic. But if I have never played the game before, I try to start ahead of time, few weeks so I can kind of play through and figure out what I'm doing and all that kind of thing. So on that note, I started playing The Last of Us this week because we are going to finish up the Grand Theft Auto 5 in the Philosophy and Ethics series, and we've got The Last of Us that's going to be coming up next. And I don't know if you've played that game before. I had never played it beyond the very first section where Joel is trying to like run through all the chaos, right? I don't think I even finished that part of the game back on the PlayStation. So this is my first time really getting into it. And I first played it on Thursday. The first 2 hours of it were maddening. And I don't know if I'm the only one that felt that way, but I really liked. I thought I was going to like the game more. I did not like the first couple of hours of playthrough. It's gotten better. I've been playing it more. But I want to throw that out there because that's something I don't talk much about when it comes to the channel and how I record things and put things up there. Because I don't know, I never feel the need to talk about it. But I figure if you guys are here, you're hanging out, you might want to know stuff like that. What we got? Upgraded Titan. Well, considering she others to pick one of the choices, what happens in the consequences of Kenny and Luke with Kenny and Luke fight? I would love to see Kenny and Luke actually duke it out. Killing Kenny and Luke since he was bitten. Wait, what do you mean Kenny was bitten or Luke was bitten after you kill Kenny? I don't know what you're talking about, Upgraded Titan. Most would have been better situation. She took the role of Paul Jesus and popped in there. Yeah, I mean, that would be kind of interesting for Clementine to just kind of pop in and pop out. That was frustrating. That was the worst part about season 3 for me. By the way, welcome, Preston. Glad to see you around. Channel members, we have channel members up here. If you want to join the list, we got a new channel member this week, Callow. So I went and updated the list. I've got a good problem right now. As you can see, the list is getting longer, and that is a very good problem to have. I have to go in and edit the sizing and stuff like that. What a shame it would be if I had to edit it and make them even smaller. Can't wait for The Last of Us Philosophy and Ethics. I'm looking forward to covering it. It's going to be an interesting game overall. I've already got some ideas in my mind. I've already got basically the first couple of episodes planned out, sort of, just from the first few hours of gameplay that I've got. And I'm interested to see where the story's going because I kind of know. Like, I know the gist, but I've never played it before and I haven't looked up any spoilers. And as a rule, I try, if I haven't played a game before and I'm covering it in Philosophy and Ethics, I try to cover it only from my standpoint. I don't take in anybody else's opinions beforehand because I don't want it to taint what I say when I come up with things. So I try to be very deliberate about that. Should do Philosophy and Ethics of the TV series, or you mean the TV series for The Walking Dead? That would be an interesting one. I wouldn't want to cover more than the first couple of seasons, though, because the TV series... Okay, first of all, the spinoffs for the Walking Dead TV series, out of control. But besides that, the after the first, I think when you get to Negan, at the Negan storyline, it starts to kind of spiral. It gets too much. There's just too much TV show there. Luke can't fight. Luke got bitten before he got to the rest area. Did he? I don't remember Luke getting bit. And he doesn't have AJ with him, and Kenny is mad at him. Is this a fan fiction type of thing? Is this like a mod or something? A deleted choice of where you can shoot and kill Mike. That would have been interesting. Walking Dead seasons 1 through 5. That would be a good one. The only problem I run into with the Philosophy and Ethics when it comes to TV shows and movies, because I would like to cover those at some point, but it's very difficult to capture the footage for those to actually talk about. There's ways to do it. I've never been good at doing that. You know, with the game, I pop it on, I put on OBS, and I record the gameplay footage. But a lot of streaming services block the ability to screen record. So I'd have to overcome that hurdle because I would want to capture. I would want to do it so I could take notes and have the exact footage I wanted, and that's really difficult with some of those. Analyzing Shane. Oh my God, Shane would be an interesting character for Philosophy and Ethics. Final Cut content mostly did Luke dirty. That makes sense. Well, with that, we've got a lot of people in here. Let me pull this up here. Why is that so loud? I'm going to turn this down just a tad because it is outrageously loud for me. Okay. And we will swap over to the game. If that comes up. All right. And don't forget to vote. We're at currently 16 votes, 50-50. We are 50-50 with 16 votes. We're going to need some tiebreakers in here. Would you be able to take the scan of the comics? I mean, the comics, that would be an interesting how I would do that with the comics, because putting it up on the background, or I could talk over it. I don't know. I have to think about it. You guys have some good ideas, and I like them. It would just take some time to figure out exactly how to do it properly.
Previously.
Because I have to balance, it's got to be entertaining and diving into things and making it interesting, So it's something where I'd have to find the right way to cover it that would make sense, that people would want to watch.
Right then.
Definitely binged the entire Walking Dead series of Philosophy and Ethics. Have you binged the Philosophy and Ethics series of the game? I have a playlist for that.
Keep it.
I know a lot of people did. The Walking Dead game is where I think most of you probably found me from the Walking Dead game. That's been an interesting thing to see, because the 400 Days video that I did last year, it's been almost a year. And that video is still, it shows me like in the last 28 days the most viewed stuff. And it is still at the top of the list for the most viewed, even in the last month. I'm like, okay, so most people are finding me from like 400 days. Did you hate Ben in season 1? I didn't hate any of the characters in season 1. They all had their own unique personalities. I think the season 1 characters were probably the strongest in the entire series. There were some that were frustrating as far as their personalities. I just wanted to like slap them. Larry was one of them. But I didn't hate any of them. I did make a 400 Days Philosophy and Ethics. Yes, I did. That's the most viewed video on my channel. It's almost up to 200,000 views now, I think. Like, it's insane the number of people that have been shown that video. And 400 Days wasn't even that popular of an, like, as far as DLCs go, 400 Days was just like a mediocre middle of the road thing that a lot of people didn't really play or didn't like. And it's the most viewed video on my channel. Did I hate Nick? Nick's Friend or Foe is coming out next week. I've been rather interested. Okay, so I'm thinking we should go for AJ here. Actually, I don't think we have a choice. We have to go for AJ. The philosophy, or the Friend or Foe series has been interesting. It's been very popular this week, or the past couple of weeks. The Carlos one yesterday really threw me off because there was a lot of people defending Carlos as a doctor. Yeah, we'll go for AJ. But like, there was a lot of people that were defending Carlos, and I'm like, okay, nobody really likes Carlos that much, right?
See him out there. Good work.
And yet there's people that are commenting that are saying like, yes, he was a doctor, and I'm like,
okay,
but does it?
Okay, we gotta do something,
He
y'all.
wasn't though, and does it really matter?
Can't just
Arvo.
sit here and let this guy take pot shots at us till he runs out of ammo.
Oh, just stay down, Luke.
Gotta get your head blown off.
We can't just sit here.
If I tell him to stay down, will he stay down, or is he still going to run across?
You can just go.
He's going to run across and get shot at him, isn't he?
English, motherfucker.
Nick needed situational awareness. Nick did need situational. Nick needed a lot of things. Nick's biggest thing was confidence. The difference between Nick and Luke. I'm not going to cover you.
I don't know.
The difference between Nick and Luke is that Luke had confidence. Nick was unsure of himself. I'm not going to do it, Luke. I don't have a choice, do I? What if I don't cover him? What if I just don't fire a shot? I have to fire a shot, apparently.
Hey, what are you?
Tell him Barrico switched guns in this episode? I trust Carlos, but he could have been used. Yeah, Carlos was one of those characters. You should have stayed down, Luke.
Yeah.
Carlos was one of those characters that like wasn't hateable.
He got me in the leg.
He was very likable in some situations, but he also like, I just never trusted him. I didn't like him that well.
I'm gonna be fine.
The funniest part to me about the Carlos video was that there were people that were commenting. There's at least one or two people that commented on the dog bite, which I brushed over the dog bite. I didn't really talk much about it. I was just like, let's let this play out. But like, I didn't talk much about the dog bite. I was more worried about the infection. And the fact that Carlos was just ignoring the fact that an infection would do the same thing as a zombie bite and kill her by morning. And nobody commented on that. I was so surprised about that. Nick was better than Ben. Why was Nick better than Ben? That's an interesting take. That was almost like that. Almost let her get the baby. I like Nick better than Luke. Yeah, the Nick Friend or Foe episode is going to be a lot of fun next week. I'm looking forward to that one, actually. I haven't started it yet. I did sit down and I wrote a Piper from Fallout 4. I'm doing a Friend or Foe on her next week as well. Basically, for February, I'm doing 3 videos a week. So 2 Friend or Foe and a Philosophy and Ethics. And so I've got Piper from Fallout 4 coming next week. I've got Hank from Detroit Become Human coming up. And then Nick and Trip will be the next 2 for Walking Dead, I think. And then Eleanor. I asked, there's a poll on the community tab you can go check out. And so far, Nick is leading that, which is why he's next week. And then Eleanor and Trip are the next 2, which kind of surprised me a little bit. But that's what's going to be coming up. Letting Clem die kills 2 birds with 1 stone.
That was,
It doesn't, though.
intense.
It doesn't really help them at all.
I thought that was it.
Like, she's not a threat. She's a little girl. If she dies,
I'm still mad at you for leaving.
I'm just gonna be mad at her the whole time.
I figured.
If Clem dies and she's working with Carver, for instance, maybe Carver would be mad. Maybe he likes Clementine if she's working for him, right? So that could make things worse. So why would you let her die? It doesn't really make any sense.
I didn't think it would be, but it is.
Nope, we're not gonna help Jane. Sorry, Jane, we have to go against you. Jane has joined the ranks of the cabin group.
You can still leave, you know. There's nothing holding you here.
Still leave, you
I
know.
sort of wish that was true.
Telltale couldn't decide what name to give Arvo's sister in episode 4. She named Maud. In this episode, Natasha. Really, I didn't pay attention to that. Yeah, the Hank Friend or Foe. I am excited for the Hank Friend or Foe. He is by far my favorite character in Detroit, and he's in my top probably 5 favorite characters in gaming, just in general. Hank was so much fun.
Just like that.
Like, I've played through Detroit like 3 or 4 times now.
Clem
And
spotted it
there was
first.
one time that
Did what she had to
I went
protect
with
the
like
child.
evil Connor,
isn't your fault,
and I felt so
okay?
bad at the end because Hank
just-
dies, and I'm like, what happened?
She just lost
Like,
too
I
much
did
blood.
not see that coming at all.
It ain't nobody's fault.
You
Search
saved
the
the boy's
cabin
life.
like cannon.
You know, we could have done
How does
better.
Carver know that Clem
She was
died?
just too far gone.
If she was working for him, she would know. Like, or he would know. If she was actually working for Carver
Don't worry.
and Carver showed up, he would be
I'll
like,
take
hey,
care
where's
of
that
you,
little
boy.
girl that was, you know, because he found the cabin either way.
You piece of shit!
Hey, hey!
He's voiced by the same guy that does Mr. Krabs?
Get off me! Come on!
It's over, man.
I did not
He ain't a
realize
threat
that.
to us.
How can you say that?
I don't look enough
Of course he
into the
is.
history of the voice actors.
Get out of the way!
Whoa! What are you doing?
I'm doing the same thing this asshole tried to do to us!
It doesn't have to go down like that.
Get out of the way,
Out
Mike.
of the way, Mike.
Clem, you don't mean that.
Think they would ever make
food, please.
what? Make the Walking
Please,
Dead game into a TV show?
Bullshit.
No, they've got too many
No, no.
spin-offs already.
It's true. We have place, not far.
Detroit would make an
See?
interesting
He
TV
wants to
show.
help. Oh, don't be stupid. He's just trying to save his skin. Why the hell would you help?
Plus a DC character as well.
I now
Interesting.
want to see more people dead.
Then close your eyes and I'll make it quick.
Kenny, back off.
If he's telling the truth, it could save all of us.
He's lying.
We're siding
Can't trust
hardcore
him.
with Kenny.
It's worth the risk to check this place out. Trust him, don't trust him. It doesn't matter. We should go anyway. We just need to be careful. It can't be far from here.
You stay out of
It
this.
can't be
You're
far
the
from here,
reason
but
these
it is
fuckers
far
came
from
after
here.
us in the
We
first
walked
place.
way too long to
Don't
have to
try
find
and
this
pin
place.
on me.
Lay off, Kenny. She just helped us. Look, don't start, all right? I'm
We're not-
sure you
we're not gonna
realize
say
I had
anything.
a girlfriend back.
We're taking this silence as a valid option thing way too seriously.
If there's supplies,
Detroit
we
become
need.
television.
We ain't gonna last much longer without more food. We gotta take
I feel like they
chance.
did something
Unless
akin to
someone's got
that.
a better plan.
I don't know what it was called, but I feel like there was a show with androids that were like taking over.
We got something to tie this shitbird up.
Palpatine Kenny.
I got something.
Good point about Carlos. I never thought about how Carver was able to find them in the wilderness.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's funny because so there was actually, and I didn't mention it in the video because it didn't play too much in, but there was a Reddit post I found a while back that was speculating that Pete actually betrayed the cabin group. It was saying that Pete was basically siding with Carver. And that never made a lot of sense to me. I didn't like it because I don't think that
Look,
is
I know
the
you're
way Pete
probably
would do
pissed
things.
about me leaving.
But when I thought
heard
about it, I was like,
gunshots, I
but
knew it was a
Carlos, they,
If it helps,
because it always
something I
bugged me when we
normally
first
do
get back and they take
good.
Carlos away. I'm
I
like,
did
why
it.
are they taking him away?
Despite
And the more I
what
thought about it, I'm
instincts
like,
were telling me,
what if he had mentioned to
everything I've
Carver?
everything I've been through.
We needed you, but you left.
Gotta talk shit to
How
Jane.
do I know it won't
What if he
happen
had said
again?
something to Carver?
Believe it
Maybe
or
not intentionally, but like
wanna try and make
they
this
had to
work.
plan beforehand. Maybe not that particular
can do
cabin,
is
but we're going to go to this area
promise
because
you
I know
I
there's a
won't
cabin
do
here or
it
something.
again. Which, to be fair,
And what
I've
if Carlos
done
mentioned
before.
that to Carver so Carver knew where to
Probably
go
should've.
in the general
A few times
area?
now.
You don't
Which
have
is why
fucking
he
gun
was
the whole
searching.
time.
That's why
forget
when he
what we
came to
just
the
went
cabin, he
through?
didn't
ain't
know they
going
were there,
anywhere,
but he was
Kenny.
looking for them
No need to
because
get
he
your
knew they would
arms.
be in the area.
I'm worried about Kenny.
I think doing the video game
he's in
show
a dark place.
would have been better
We
other
gotta
than the
keep an eye
teen
on
drama
him.
spin-off.
Everything he's been
The
through.
what teen drama
He's
spin-off? What are we
lost.
talking about?
It's changing him.
So this is you making it work? You don't have to constantly be criticizing him.
I'm not.
What if we
I'm
could
pointing
change
out
it? What if like
as a
everybody's looked at
precaution.
this all wrong the whole time and we can actually change Jane's mind at the end here?
You're the only one that he trusts. That he really
Maybe it was
trusts.
Reggie that told
means you're the
Carver?
one that's gonna
I
have to
mean,
pull him back.
Reggie maybe could have. I
we're
don't
really
know.
going to make this
That's the
work,
thing is they don't really
we're all
dig into
counting on
that.
you.
He's tougher than you think. He
Th-
can
I
handle it.
wish they went further in.
I don't think they
It drives
can.
me crazy because there's not enough information. We have to infer so much, and Reggie could have.
I
Yeah,
hope you're right.
it would have made sense if he kind of knew the general location.
on,
He lost his
slowpokes.
arm. Carver's like, where were they going? Like I could see that as a possibility. But the whole Carlos getting pulled away when they first get back, I don't think it was to go check on somebody. You know, it would have been weird to be like, okay, go look at these people. We just brought you back. We're going to trust you to check on these other people here. I don't think anybody was hurt like that. I think it was legitimately he was pulled into Carver's office and Carver's like, what the hell happened? Why did you go with him? And he's like, I was just trying to protect my daughter. Like, I didn't know what was happening. I could see that being a thing.
Wait up. Wait. We need to stop.
Why did you buy-
No, I'm fine.
oh,
just need a
Nightbot
second.
doesn't like caps? I don't
Sorry,
know.
Just put more weight on it than I should have.
That's an automatic setting. I'll have to check that between now and next week.
Hey, what I say?
I think a lot of times people doing all caps in chat is like,
Listen, you understand?
if they're doing too many
Come
caps,
on.
it gets
There's no need for that.
mad
He's
at it.
getting what he deserves.
Reggie had to have ratted to survive. He wouldn't have had to. Because
fucking
Carver
talking
doesn't
to you.
kill. Okay. Carver doesn't go directly to kill anybody. Even when he's at the cabin or at the ski lodge, right? He isn't trying to kill anybody. He doesn't kill anybody until he's forced to. Well, not forced to, but like one of his guys gets killed, he kills Walt, right? He won't even kill Alvin unless Kenny shoots him. So he's not trying to kill anybody. And even when he brings them all back, and when he finds Luke trying to steal food, if Carver was as evil as I think that a lot of people think like Carver is just this like evil mastermind. And he is an evil mastermind to a point, but he's not evil. He knows that people are a resource. He doesn't want to kill them. So with Reggie, it would be like, let's save him and make an example out of him. So when we bring the group back, so he wouldn't have had to lie or tell where they went. He wouldn't have to
I
provide
say
any
stop.
information.
You'd best stop.
He deserves it.
He deserves to be
We're going
treated like
so
a
hard
human
against
being.
Arvo.
That's all I'm saying.
Clanker.
What he did, what happened back there was his fault.
He
Be
lost
nice to
all
the
his people
clanker.
in one fell swoop. Ain't much we could do to him that'd be worse than that. Kenny, please, ease up on him.
Listen to Kenny
Fucking
Arvo.
stay put.
I'm gonna
Everybody
have
at the
a
end of
word.
this could be like, God, Clementine's gone off the
It's been
rails.
enough. You all right here?
All the
Yeah,
shit they
yeah.
did to escape would be
Go on and talk to him.
cause for
I
Carver
got
killing
Clem
him.
if I need anything.
I mean, but
Here,
that's the thing is
take the
all the
baby.
shit they did to escape. Carver could have killed them, could have
Okay.
killed everybody except for Carlos and Rebecca and Sarah. He could have kept Carlos and Sarah and Rebecca, killed everybody else, and just taken those 3 back. He needs Carlos,
What do you
he thinks, to deliver the baby, and Rebecca's carrying the baby. Like,
Let each other know
he
how
could have
tough
done
they
that,
are.
but he didn't,
Put 'em in their place.
because he was trying to make an example. Because the type of leader Carver is trying to make an example out of people, trying to manipulate people. He doesn't want
Don't
to
look at
kill them
me.
because they're a resource. He
ain't
wants
that
to get
guy.
them on his side.
That ain't true. You get in your fair share of pissing matches too.
Do I?
Are you kidding me?
We're not going to
Yes.
participate.
Guess I should
We're going
work
to let
on
them
that.
have their little conversation. Going to start Detroit become human against
Guess it took a
Nightbot.
woman to talk some sense into him. Looks like Jane broke it up.
Keep pressure on it, okay?
As long as
I'm gonna
Nightbot
go
doesn't
fetch some
start
bandages.
asking for its own rights, all right, we're fine. If Nightbot starts going like,
Hey, Marty.
hey, I want...
I'm sorry.
No, he's
For
not.
what?
He's not sorry. Don't listen to him.
I'll be right back.
We're still going hard against the cabin group. I forgot to mention that before we started. Like, we are still against them. We're just not talking to Luke at all. Bring the pain. So thanks for analyzing
we
Carver
get
because I
here?
want to add Carver to the Walking Dead fan project. Oh, yeah, no problem. That was a really fun one to do with Carver. We're still not going to respond. That was I like the video with Carver because the bad guys are always fun
Lean up against a tree.
because
Bullet in my
people like to hate
But alive.
the bad guys, and they're supposed to, right? They're like the bad guys in movies and games and shows are meant to be hated.
And I
But when
couldn't
you
do
start to
anything.
analyze them and really dig into them, you find that some
Everyone
of
we
them
sat with just
are very well
gone.
thought out and have motivations that make sense,
Pete,
and then some are
Roman,
just
and
like
Becky.
surface level.
Carlos,
Uh,
Sarah, and for
We're not
what?
talking to you, Luke. Stop
They don't
talking to
make any
us.
sense.
The best I heard it was
I could've done more.
if you
That
think
ain't
of
up for debate.
Thanos, right?
I know it in my bones.
Thanos from the
I
MCU.
gotta live with it.
And prior to Endgame, Thanos
Alright,
was this
question
well
mark.
thought out, deep villain that
That's
you could
perfect.
almost like understand his reasoning where he came from. And then Endgame
miss?
Thanos is just like, no, just kill everybody. We're just going to start over.
Nothing much.
And it's the difference
You
in
know,
motivations in the bad guys. And that's why it's so much fun to dig into some of them.
I'd like to get off this leg sooner than later.
Clementine just
Well,
stays
they'll
silent.
have to wait a bit.
I've taken a vow of silence. Snitch on Luke to Bonnie.
Hey, Clem, go over and see. if
Bonnie's
you can
part of
change
the cabin
bandages
group,
on
though,
Tim's
so it would be in
wound.
her favor.
I offered, but I don't think he was comfortable with
And
it.
as I found out in Bonnie's Furnival,
But
everybody
you know
hates
better than
Bonnie.
I do. Maybe he'll let you do it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go help
Better.
Kenny out. Kenny's our bro.
That's gonna sting, but only for a second. It's gonna clean it.
Oh, I know. What
I
it
find out
does.
real quick,
It's
especially.
gonna suck.
It's gotta
I
get
will
done.
say this with the Walking Dead Friend or Foe episodes, I have found, because it's such an old game, and because so many people have talked about it in the last 10, 15 years, there's a lot of hard opinions that have been formed by people. And anytime I go against those hard opinions,
I was thinking we'd go with Alvin Jr.
I get a lot of
What do you
pushback.
think?
People
Rebecca
still
mentioned she'd
will.
like to name him Alvin if it was a boy. I mean, Rebecca was so out of it she hadn't settled on her name. It seems
I like it.
Yeah.
I missed what
like
he was
it.
talking about.
Alvin Jr. it is.
AJ. We're naming
You
AJ.
like that?
But
I think AJ approves.
it is so interesting to me because people will push back really hard.
I think I'm all right. I mentioned it earlier.
Can I change your bandages?
We have to get consent. We'll give him the
You
option.
shouldn't have to do stuff like this.
Shouldn't have.
I
to
know
do
I
a
shouldn't
lot of
have to, Kenny,
All
but
right.
I'm a little girl in the
Let's
apocalypse.
get it over with. Hopefully it don't scare this little guy.
Introduced a friend to Telltale Walking Dead, and she also hates Bonnie. A lot of people hate Bonnie. Bonnie is one of the, out of all the characters I've covered, Bonnie got more pushback than even Larry. Like, Larry, I had him labeled as a friend
So how's it look?
when all is said and done. And he got more, she got more pushback than
It's
Larry.
gonna be pretty when this heals.
Well, it looks a lot better than it did.
It's like everybody hates,
Maybe my
everybody
mommy
hates
days
Chris,
ain't
everybody hates
over.
Bonnie. It's okay though. The thing I've been happy about is even in those times where people disagree, for the most part, people have been respectful in the comments to each other.
I'm
And
guessing
just in
this is
general.
gonna be the shitty part.
It might sting a little.
Sting a little.
And that's a good thing. That's what I want to see. disagree and because we're all gonna have different opinions on characters, right? And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that,
Fucking hell.
as long as people are respectful. I've only had to delete a couple of comments from people that were just like out there, really bad comments,
Yeah, okay.
and that was a good thing. I'm happy about that. Larry will protect you if you kiss up to him at least.
Sorry
Yeah,
about the
Larry
language,
at least
Jimmy.
looks out for the group.
Won't be
Bonnie's
tougher
just
than
like,
me when
I'm
you're
out,
grown.
bro.
I'm going to expect you to be more of a gentleman than I am. But man, does that smart.
He'll be tough. Just like his dad.
We'll pretend
Well,
Kenny's his
Alvin didn't
dad.
Look it. But yeah, that guy had
When
a
Bonnie left
bad
Hal's, the first thing she did was waste a
I
bottle of
should've gave
alcohol.
myself up. Alvin didn't have
What's
to
in
die
between
like that.
friend or foe?
I'm gonna think about that.
So that's the thing, is there is a scale, a sliding scale. You can be a foe, but still be somebody that might be worth having in the group.
Raising this boy, it should be him, not me.
Carver's the one who did it, not you.
I want to pay close attention to what Kenny's saying. Hold on a second.
But I can't help but feel guilty.
These are the moments you really get to know Kenny, like when he really shares his thoughts about things. Now we got to put the eye patch back on, or a new eye patch. I think this is a new eye patch.
All done.
Thank you, sweetie.
Yep.
Are we ready to go?
Kenny's taken care of. But friend or foe is a series. There's a sliding scale, so you can be a foe, and you can be somebody that, even though they're a foe, and even though
Let's
they're
head out.
dangerous to the group, you might want to have them around because it's better to keep your enemies close, right? Because you want to know what they're doing and keep an eye on them. And then there's the friends that are not that good of a friend, and you wouldn't really be bad off if they left the group. All the way up to like the friends that you absolutely, I would draft them number one on my draft board, right? And then there's the foes that like, we need to get rid of them. We don't want them around.
Is that it?
So it's a sliding scale. So purple
Hey,
would be
I'm
somewhere in the
talking to
middle
you.
of somebody that like verges on either or and could be seen as either or, and an argument
Place is
could be
fucking
made.
taking us.
He doesn't speak much English.
Yeah, no shit. Is that it? I thought you said it was
Oh,
a
the
house.
supplies here, Arvo.
Is this where the supplies are? Where the food
Still new to the
is?
Walking Dead community. So far, your opinion on the game is
God damn it.
refreshing
No,
and interesting
it's
insights,
the
even if I
house.
don't personally agree.
He's still more walk.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like,
God damn it. I knew this was gonna...
I brought this up in the Bonnie video a little bit, and I think I talked about it last week on stream. We can all have disagreements on the characters. You know, we're going to have different opinions because for some of us, we've maybe like known somebody in real life that's like a specific character, or maybe we share traits with the character that we connect with, right? And when somebody comes along and says, well, I don't like them for this reason or that reason, it can be hard, right? But that's the important thing, is that we can have those disagreements on those characters. And there's a very big, for me, there's a very big distance between having a disagreement about a character and the way you feel about a character versus there are certain things that are just lines that you don't cross, right? In real life. And that's where the philosophy and ethics and friend or foe series kind of comes in and uses those things as experiences to kind of look at our own lives, to look at maybe people we know, how we can be better, or how we can handle relationships better. Maybe you know somebody like Bonnie that you just don't like for some reason, but like you can kind of learn how to get along and deal with that. So that's where that's important. And that's why, like, I don't get upset if somebody comes in the comments and is like, you're wrong, I disagree, I think this character is a foe or a friend or whatever, because, hey, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. You actually
This
realized
guy
that until now you
fucked
should have given up so Alvin didn't die like that.
Thank you. Don't mention it.
Yeah, Kenny grows a
getting
lot.
dark. Maybe we should stop
Kenny
for
from
the moment.
episode 1, season 1
This
to
is
Kenny from
bullshit.
Relax.
now
Don't tell me to relax.
is very
He's
different.
lying. He's been lying this whole time.
You don't fucking know that.
I know we've been walking all day and we're still fucking nowhere.
Stop fighting.
Everybody just calm down. Let's chill out and have a drink.
Just try and have a calm, quiet night.
To be
where
honest, Mike
everyone isn't at each other's
Wouldn't
throats.
still left Arvo.
Please.
Mike would have left
That sounds
anybody.
nice.
I
Yeah.
think Mike's at the point where he just doesn't care about anybody at this point except for himself.
It's all right.
And then the group falls
It's all
apart, so
right.
he just gives
We're
up.
staying. We should scout this place out.
All right, y'all wait here. I'll go make sure this ain't.
Wonder
some
why
water
Mike or
nest
Bonnie
we're
didn't
locking
try to
ourselves
get
into.
Clem to go with
I'll go
them.
with you.
Also, they take Arvo. They could have left him.
See if you can calm
I
it down a
think
bit.
Mike and Mike and Bonnie. I don't think
No.
that Bonnie was
That's all
supposed to
you.
be there. I think Bonnie just was going along with Mike Hey, AJ. I think Bonnie was just going along with Mike. Bonnie's not an ideas person. She'll go along with whoever says do this, right?
I think he likes you.
Mike didn't take Clem because he didn't want the
Won't back
added
down
burden.
for you. That's a good sign.
He's cute.
We'll
Yeah,
like AJ. He's
he
not
is,
technically
isn't he?
part of the cabin group.
Most babies are pretty ugly this soon after
But
being born.
Mike
That's
was
true.
just trying
They
to
usually
get
look like
get away with
good
as much as possible with as little
Here,
burden
I
as
got him.
possible. He only took Arvo because Arvo would scream and shout if he didn't take him.
Come on over.
And I think the two bonded too, in a way. But I think long term, Mike does not keep Arvo around. I think he keeps him around just long enough to escape, and then like within a week, Mike's on his own. Mike would be an interesting friend or foe episode to do because I think Mike, he's an interesting character. We don't know a ton about him though. We only know him for like 2 episodes and barely. He's not even really around much until this episode, really. The 11-year-old is the voice of reason, which is sad.
Near as I can tell, at least. Definitely.
We aren't going to participate in this conversation.
Well, happy birthday.
What do you think happened to Mike? My guess is he became someone like
Happy
Abel
birthday.
from season 4 or something.
Surprised you could even
Possibly. I would have loved to
Think
see
he
a
tracked the days?
continuation on Mike and what,
A few times
like,
I wasn't sure I'd see my
he
next
just
birthday.
disappears. He's
Well,
he's
you did
runs
it.
off in the woods with Arvo.
Guess that's,
Never find
worth
out.
Celebrating.
If I had to guess, I'd say he
So,
probably
that
froze to
makes
death.
you-
He might have found another group or
27?
something. I would have loved to find
I'm
out.
surprised
Like
you
that would have been
remember.
a cool thing to
Sure
learn
as hell feel a lot
through a
older.
Don't
DLC or
even
something.
Start with that shit.
Got out of college 5 years ago.
Arvo
Feels
X
like
Mike.
20 years. At least I don't have to worry about paying.
I don't
off
think
them
that's
student
true though. I
loans.
don't think the main reason
I'm
Mike
sure
even
there's some
figured it was
asshole
about time to
sitting on
escape was
that paperwork
because of
waiting to
Arvo.
collect.
He wanted to get Arvo away from Kenny. I think
I'd like to go to college.
it was a combination of things. I think he wanted to get Arvo away from Kenny because he saw
I don't know about that.
what was happening
Well,
with Kenny and
the
Arvo,
major
but
in art
also
history
he
hasn't
saw the
helped
group
much the last few
collapsing.
years.
Sounds
Luke
like you majored in
dies.
Working in a coffee shop.
Bonnie
Pretty
might
much.
still be
Oh,
around depending
stop
on your
it.
choices.
Did get a minor in agriculture.
They have
Keep
lost
the old man
basically
happy.
everybody except for Kenny and Jane and Clementine.
I almost
Clementine and AJ.
We're
And
saving
he
it
sees
for a
Clementine as
special
a
occasion.
maybe, and he
Might
sees
be his
AJ as
birthday
nothing but a
and all.
liability.
Figure.
So he just wants to get away from
this
that
is as
group
good a time as
altogether.
any.
Arvo is somebody he's like, I'll take you with me, but I'm not going to stick up for you later. Like, they aren't best friends or anything.
I'd like a sip. I mean,
Let's get
after
Clementine drunk.
Obviously.
Really?
No,
Oh, what's
Arvo
a
mode
sip gonna hurt?
miniseries.
you are not drinking. That is that.
Kenny.
Feel a little guilty taking the first.
Whoa, wait.
Kenny's
You gotta
being the
make
dad
it
figure. You are not having a drink,
Not
Clementine.
really
You are
the,
too
Come
young.
on, birthday boy. It don't have to be fancy.
Clem is the only one that is competent and can do
Or
anything.
we can just pass the
Yeah,
bottle
I
around
wish that they
afterwards.
would have found a better
Come on.
way. They did that because she's the player character. They wanted the player character to feel like important. I think
To the loved one.
I think the better way to do it for season 2 would have been to have Clementine as the player character actually be helpless in a way. I think that would have been an interesting to have to grow. We watch her with Lee in season 1, and then I think in season 2, start her out as helpless. Don't have the group look up to her. Don't have the group defer to her on decisions. And then by the end of episode 5, show that growth when AJ comes along. That would have been cool to see.
Ones that we've lost along the way.
You can also
And to
have
the
smoking
hope
with
that we see
Bonnie.
them again. Someday.
If you help Luke and smoking,
Mhm.
yeah, but we're not going to help Luke.
That was real nice.
We
Yeah.
are anti-cabin group. We
Didn't mean
can't.
for it
I'm
to
not going to
rhyme.
risk Clementine's life and
I
go in the
got
water
first
for Luke.
watch. I think the fence has got us pretty secure.
We can't be too careful.
I can take it.
Nah, you stay warm.
Clem, let him go.
He's always looking out
I'm
for
gonna
us.
post up over near the hole in the
The argument
fence
of
there.
Mike only bringing Arvo along because he might threaten to
Thanks,
scream is
Kenny.
flawed, though, because Arvo wouldn't even know that Mike was trying to escape. That's true. That might be that he was just trying. He was actually trying to get him away from Kenny,
Fire's real nice.
not necessarily that
Plenty
he
of
was
room if
worried
you
about
wanna
him,
get warm.
making noise. It could have been a combination of the two things too. Maybe he saw Mike
I didn't expect her to
and was
come
like,
back.
"Hey, if you're leaving, take
That's
me
what
with
I
you."
thought I got her figured
Maybe
out.
they planned it
She
ahead
got
of time,
surprises.
and he wanted
It's a
to
good
get Mike
thing.
away, or he wanted to get
Save
Arvo away from Kenny.
I know.
Both
I
of
know.
those things
I
could be
just
true.
Don't know what she's getting at all this.
This entire conversation,
Well, she
Clementine has been so quiet and nobody
So
said
that
shit
puts
to
her
her.
as okay in my book.
Well,
I wouldn't
it ain't no
smoke shit with
secret how you
Bonnie.
feel about her. Oh, come on.
Those
You
aren't the
just
kind of
leave it.
cigarettes you're thinking.
It was stupid.
I understand. She's a pretty girl.
I think Mike said Arva could be useful because he knows the area.
Dirt and guts.
Did he say that?
Guess I just wanted to forget
That
about all
would
this
make
shit for
sense
like 10
if that was his
10
his way of
minutes.
looking at it.
Man, that's longer than I'd last at this point.
I don't know how much
Hey.
Arva would know the
Alright.
area.
Alright, it wasn't
I personally
Come on.
wonder if
We got a
Arva
little
was
one
just
around.
leading them along, hoping that they would
Sorry.
like,
Forget I said anything.
hoping for a chance to
It's my
escape.
fault for bringing
That
it
he
up.
didn't really know where they were going and just like picked a cabin out of nowhere. Because there's no way they were staying in this house that's under construction. That wasn't a base. There's no way. They had food there. It's possible they stopped there, put the food there, and then decided to go somewhere further away.
Maybe she came back.
It
for
just
you.
seems so weird to me that they were so far, because it was
What
morning.
to say to that?
I think it was morning when we started this episode, or early in the day.
Well, I guess we
They
learned
walked
something.
for hours,
Well, what's
stopped
that?
to rest.
Luke's a
They're
regular
going to walk
Casanova.
for the first half of the
Don't be
next
modest.
day.
Your moves are working.
So
out
it's a
all the way.
long way.
Working
And
on
it
me.
just seems weird that they would leave the food there and then go to try and like
I just did it
what,
too.
rob
didn't
people
I?
further away from their house.
Sorry, it's the drink talking.
They say a drunk man's talk is a sober
After the
man's
campfire
thought.
part is done, I'm offering up
Well,
this
I
relay
ain't a
for me.
man, so
I
they
get
can
that
take
upgraded.
shit somewhere else.
Funnily enough, Clementine is indeed helpless this season because the choice in the season are the least influential ones
Go
in the
see
entire
if you
season.
can get Jane and
That
Kenny
makes
over by the
sense.
fire. It's too
She
cold
doesn't
for
have a
them to
lot
be
of,
out there like that.
other than
Oh, and here,
choosing at the end whether to go with
maybe
Kenny or
look at this
Jane.
will change their mind.
She doesn't really have the chance to change a lot of stuff through the season, does she? What if we go to Kenny first? Because I like Kenny better. Realistically speaking, Clementine cannot save any of those people at the age of 11 is a miracle she's even surviving, right? The choice to kill Mike was not cut would be a moral choice. Would it be moral or ethical to shoot him when he was about to leave with Arvo? I would say
There, little guy.
he's trying to take the supplies. You know, he's going to... Essentially, him leaving and taking the truck sentences AJ and maybe the rest of the group to death.
Oh, hey, Clem.
So, an argument could be made from an ethical standpoint to say...
There, everywhere.
From a utilitarian standpoint, for the betterment of the group, to say that shooting Mike is the right thing because you want to keep the supplies.
Sorry.
You know, ethically speaking, it could be argued that that was the right move. Taking a life is never something that you should take easily. It comes easily, but it's something that sometimes has to be done for the betterment of whatever situation you're in.
I'm so sorry.
You don't have anything to apologize for. I know you didn't mean it.
He didn't even yell at her in this playthrough. He was kind of mean to her.
I miss him so much.
Yeah, taking the supplies in that situation, and that's the thing.
Wasn't there.
He is basically dooming them at that point because he's taking everything. He's taking the truck. He's taking all the food. He is dooming them. And when it comes down to that, that's something you have to really think about. You know, if you're putting other people in a position where they could die, you're basically a murderer at that point.
Anything in the world.
I really liked Katja. She was one of the nicest
I think
people
it's
I've
legit
ever
made no
met.
sense because why would I shoot Mike and not the dude with the rifle? Right?
Like
Yeah, Arvo is the armed one, so shooting him first would make the most sense, I would think, but they don't give you that option.
It's going to be different with him.
Scrapped ending
He's
where
gonna
Clem
get
could leave
raised
AJ or
right.
continue
I
in a
won't make the same
snowstorm.
mistakes again. That's a promise.
Ooh. If that was an ending choice,
You should get back over by the fire.
that's a hard one because
Ain't no sense in both of us being over here. I can handle watch on
you should
my
come
own.
too, Kenny.
You should come too.
I don't know.
Come on.
I'm trying to convince
It'll be
Kenny to
good
come
for
back to the fire. Hold
everyone.
on.
Yeah,
Yes, we
okay.
convinced him to rejoin the group. Which means now we gotta go talk to Jane. If it were between morally and ethically, you could make an argument for both things because you're trying to increase your own odds of survival. However, AJ is helpless. AJ is not like some kid that can walk around and maybe get lucky and stumble upon another group. AJ is not some teenager or even an adult that could fend for himself. He is helpless. So the better the more ethical choice in that situation would be to keep him, to try to do everything you could to save his life. That being said, if you're looking at a situation where it's you or him, obviously you're going to want to survive, but there's not necessarily a good choice there. There's not even a right or a wrong choice. It is something that is a difficult choice to make, and you could make an argument for either way, is the thing, because it's just so difficult to come. It's not like choosing between like shooting Arvo and Mike because they're stealing all the food. AJ can't make his own decisions. You know, he's completely reliant on other people. What Mike even do if Clem shot Arvo? Who knows what Mike would do? He'd probably just jump in the truck and try to leave. Which should be fair. Wouldn't let Mike escape that easily after what he did. Maybe that's why they cut it. They probably cut the choice because they knew it made zero sense for Clementine to even consider shooting Mike, and they needed Arvo to shoot Clem's. That's possible. It's definitely not going to be a choice. Yeah, that would be a horrible choice if they tried to put that in there. Research the scrapped darker version. The thing is, okay, I know there's a lot of scrapped versions out there. I know there's a lot of stuff, a lot of cut content, a lot of cut endings and that kind of thing. And the reason why I don't talk about those on the channel in general is because, for one, so many other people have talked about them. But for two, the fact that they were in a version, there could be an argument to be made to talk about some of them, but at that point, how many would I continue talking about more cut, all the cut content and all the episodes? Or what about fan theories? Because there are some interesting fan theories, you know. So for me, I have to draw the line somewhere when it comes to the stuff that I talk about in the Philosophy and Ethics series and the Friend or Foe series. And going into the cut content, there's so many games out there with cut content. I would never be able to finish a video. I would have 4 or 5 hour long videos because there's so much cut content on some games.
They expect you to lure me over
Trying to
there
find a
with
way to
alcohol?
protect us both, but if I'm backed up in the corner, I try
I
to
wouldn't
secure
expect a
AJ
bottle
somewhere
of
safe and
this
come
long.
for him later. Yeah,
Sounds like a
ideally.
while for everyone.
I'm not going to talk to her. What if I just don't say anything? Will she take a drink and come back over there? She's missing out. She has a crush on Luke.
I don't know.
Yeah, I would try to protect AJ at all costs if it was me. Gotta go. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Upgraded Titan.
Be around.
I'm just gonna give her the stare.
Eventually. Why does this feel like I'm signing a contract?
What if I don't say a word? I'm just gonna go this whole interaction and not say a word and see where it goes. Because that is hilarious.
Okay.
Just that stare that AJ has.
It's okay. It just might burn a little. You'll feel it in your nose.
Wait, will she take a drink if I don't?
Suit yourself.
I feel like she's a Bethesda protagonist at this point.
Stupid back then. There was this time I broke into my parents' liquor cabinet.
Clementine is a Bethesda or a GTA Online player.
Spicy, sweet liquor. Oh,
Doubt Arvo would help any considering the storm was coming.
Earthquake.
Without the truck, he and Mike were screwed.
Sounds like you were
Probably.
I guess I was. At the bottom of the bottle, there were.
Imagine she walks off with the bottle and leaves the group.
It in my head that
She's like, I have the alcohol now, suckers.
So I got the bright idea to smash it on my parents' dining room floor to get
Yeah,
out.
I think Jane was supposed to be a version of Molly in season 2. Because Molly was also a loner who had lost her sister, who had been through all kinds of hell. I think Molly had been through some worse things than Jane has been through.
The problem with glasses,
Jane's been through some rough shit, though. So,
that's never
but
really been a problem for me.
When I first played this, in my head, when I first saw Jane, I thought it was Molly. It took a while for me to get to separate those two in my mind, and I think that was on purpose.
Got grounded for 6 months.
Nope, we're not going to say anything.
I haven't thought about that in a long time.
POV, the introverted kid is hanging out with the popular kid who never shuts up. Yes.
I guess it deals.
Clementine's just like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't have to say. I have been mean to Jane this whole time. Haven't said a word to her by choice. And she's like, yeah, I'm just going to come rejoin the group. feel like Kenny versus Molly would be a way harder choice. Molly,
Want to sit
we
here?
didn't get to know her very well.
I'm fine.
We got her to know her better than Jane, so yeah, it might have been a little bit more difficult. I don't think Molly would have hit AJ. Something just tells me Molly wouldn't be the kind of person that would be like, yeah, I'm going to throw the baby in the back of a truck and pretend like he died. Like, that just doesn't seem like a thing. Can I talk to Arvo?
Jane.
Oh, apparently
you don't
not.
have to justify that with a response.
Hey, I find it's best to just get this stuff out in the open.
Yeah, the similarities make them seem very...
But I can confirm.
I'm pretty sure Jane was like, they wanted to put Molly, but they couldn't get her voice actor back or something. I don't know. Although I feel like her voice actor probably did other stuff.
Hey, you Clem.
It's nice to hear
Molly
people
wouldn't have
laughing.
caused the fight. Yeah, Molly wouldn't have gone that far, I don't think.
Just spend so much time trying to stay alive that.
How did Arvo and Mike manage to get away from Kenny? I think because Kenny's Kenny's lesser demons won over. I think Jane probably was like, "Hey, Kenny, we've got AJ and Clem over here," and Kenny was like, "Fine, let them run off. We're gonna get in the truck and we're leaving."
Got someone else that might need some help.
Is probably what happened. Molly would have whooped Kenny.
Sounds like a
Molly whooped Lee in my playthrough. Molly always whoops Lee in my playthrough because I'm not fast enough.
Whose fault was that?
That makes it even harder to deal with. Trust me.
I said my piece.
That's true. Molly was more pro kid.
I don't think that boy's a bad
So I that's why I don't think she would have put AJ in jeopardy. Because Jane does. Jane legitimately... AJ's crying, right? That's how they find out that he's still there. They hear him crying. What if a zombie had wandered by and heard him making noise and decided to eat him?
My fault.
And you're telling me zombies couldn't have gotten in the window? Yes, they could have. Like, she put that kid in danger in a really bad way. So it would have been 3 versus 2, so... 3 versus 2 if Bonnie was alive.
Okay. She's in a better place.
I've only ever had Bonnie alive once.
Okay.
Because I don't risk it on the ice. I'm smarter than that. Like, I'm not going to break the ice. If you fall in, we need a rope to pull you out.
Yeah.
Which is what they should have gotten, was a rope.
I'll take first.
Throw the rope to Luke and pull him.
Thank you, Kenny.
Or he's just fallen in, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, you don't dive in the freezing cold water and try to save somebody. That's just, you don't do that.
You did good. It was nice while it lasted.
I did good, and I don't think I even, outside of talking to Kenny, I don't think I even said a single word. And they're telling me I did good. Jane would have fit in at Crawford. Jane would have been like running the show alongside Crawford. What was his name? His first name. I can't remember his first name. But yeah, she would have been like right there. Yeah, throw out all the sick people.
You sure you're good?
Yeah, I'm good. If I start to crap out, I'll let you know.
Okay. Will you
Never realize how linked the 400 Days stories are depending on the order you play them.
How much further?
Close. Very close.
Yeah, I never paid that much attention to them either until somebody pointed out one of my comments about like the headlight, for instance. Depending on the order you play them, the headlight in the car.
It can't be much further.
Hello?
What the fuck?
Damn it!
Jesus Christ.
I tried to warn him, I just didn't get there in time. Crawford Oberson. Okay, there we go. So his last name was Oberson, his first name was Crawford.
Hopefully there aren't more.
Which is a weird first name. I'm sorry if your name out there is Crawford, but that is just a weird first name.
Come.
I already wanted to save Luke, so I didn't really think about that. Yeah, I think the first time I ever played it, I left Luke there because I didn't want to chance it. And then the next time I tried to go out there to see if I could try to save him because Bonnie was too heavy.
It's half built.
And I didn't like that ending, so I was like, okay, I'm just never going to bother trying to save him again because there's no way to save him.
The house.
It's warm. Fireplace. Very warm.
Is there any other way to get there? Do we have to cross the lake?
I should have
Honestly,
stuck to this
honestly the
line.
dumbest character I've seen though, because why?
Things is a
A
straight
grown woman even
It's
attempting
not
to reach
far.
for the guy.
Just be on the lookout.
Yeah, she makes some really stupid choices.
Maybe there's a way around.
It's a lake, guys.
Можно идти. Там
Say
твердый.
it.
I know they say this is a river, but this is not a river. This is a lake.
Ice.
No shit ice. That's the problem.
He's saying it's fine.
I go first. I can be front.
Maybe we should just run across.
No, Clem. That's a bad idea.
That's a
Yeah.
bad idea,
And
Clem.
I don't think I can run too fast right now.
We need to spread out.
Yeah, the
Just to be
headlights are the
safe.
first thing I ever noticed
Let's wait
because
for
I was like,
that.
oh, that's kind of cool.
Let the Rusky go first.
And I
Since
didn't
it's
even know the
confident.
difference.
okay.
I never paid attention the first few times when you are playing as Russell and you go down the ditch, and it's either Carly or Doug, and I never realized one who that was. It never struck me. But then two, the fact that it's different depending on what you chose in season one, because I always saved Carly. I only saved Doug as an experiment for one of my playthroughs for the philosophy and ethics stuff. So, like, I didn't know there was a difference. That's stupid, Clem. My crazy ears are actually a way around. This never made sense to me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a lake.
We're okay.
Like, there is clearly a shore that goes all the way around it. I don't know why they couldn't just take the long way. It's safer.
We got some walkers behind us.
There's only a few of them. Should be all right.
Let's just get to the house.
Yeah, there's got to be a better way. That's all I'm
Stay
saying.
with us.
Even with the river, which it's not flowing.
Too less to deal with.
It's not
Just
flowing
stay
at all,
spread out
at least
and
not
we'll
on
be
the
fine.
surface.
Hey,
Even with a river, there's always a more shallow place to go.
Kill him.
Kenny!
get back here, you piece of shit.
See, Arvo gets out.
Should let you drown, you piece of shit.
Stop him, Kenny!
Stop him, Kenny. You think Telltale should have made choices more expanded? I think they should have gone more expanded, but that requires a lot more thought. Like we saw that with Detroit.
Well, they made it.
Detroit Become Human is a much shorter game overall than The Walking Dead, right? The Walking Dead is about 2 hours per episode, about 10 hours for season one. Detroit is about 10 to 12 or 15 hours, depending on how you play it.
Hey, I can make it.
But
It's fine.
Detroit also has a bunch of different endings and a myriad different, and they only stay with one game.
Walker's on the way. Let
The
me
Walking
help
Dead
you.
has 4 seasons, right? And 400 days. So it would have been a lot harder for them in the big picture. But I think that would have been better overall because it feels so linear as it is. Like they're telling a story, but they're not telling a very good story. And season one was the best example of they did a decent story. But after season one,
Clem!
the stories aren't that good.
Clem,
Clem,
do not.
Like season
Don't
2,
worry.
3,
You're lying.
season 4 is okay, but that's because it's following up with Clem.
Look at me.
So
Pull out your
Telltale,
gun,
you either
and
tell
shoot
a
those
great
damn
story
walkers.
or you have a
Just
lot
give
of
me a little
choices.
time.
Clem, you can make
It's
it.
hard to
But
do
you
both.
Need to go.
Bonnie,
Thanks.
leave me alone. I can't make it. I'm not
Be
going
out
to
in
go.
a sec, just keep shooting.
Arvo is also like 5'7", 150. Yeah,
My leg.
Arvo's a lot smaller.
I just
Hold
need to
on, I got you.
rest a second.
Keep him off us, Clem.
Luke's not even trying to get out, though.
Too
Shut
much
up!
weight.
Shut the fuck up!
Go back.
I can
You're
save
gonna
you.
get us both killed.
Come on!
Oh my God, Bonnie.
I got you.
Bonnie makes it worse. Luke is probably okay if Bonnie doesn't go out there. Like, it's cracking, but if he doesn't move, he's probably okay if they can get some rope or something, or a stick. We're going to leave Luke. But yeah, that was, on the choices, that is, I would prefer to see, I don't want to do either of those things. I would prefer to see more choices and have your choices actually make a difference, right? Season 2, there's only a couple of choices that really make much of a difference because you always wind up with AJ, Jane, and Kenny at the end, no matter what you do. And you always have to pick between them no matter what you do.
How the fuck did that happen?
I think there should have been more nuance to it. I think there should have been more opportunities to have an actual different people there or different attitudes. You know, if depending on how you treat Jane, if she would have been different towards Kenny or vice versa, if they would have treated each other better at the end. I would have loved to see an ending where you could walk out with Kenny, Jane, AJ,
Damn it.
We should have just fucking
maybe
gone
one of the
around.
others.
Damn it.
Once that ice started to go, there wasn't nothing any of us could do.
You son of a bitch.
Bonnie
This
killed
is
Luke.
your fucking fault.
Bonnie killed Luke, and then we let
Help,
Bonnie.
man. So what?
Kenny, has a point.
This is crazy. Why?
Mike.
Because your friend here turned
This
out
is
to
the
be a
real reason
shitbag
Mike leaves
after all.
Clementine,
He's
because
just a
Clementine
scared
sides with
kid.
Kenny.
This ain't on him. Look at this place. Just a stack of fucking toothpicks. Bet those
Just a stack
magical
of fucking
supplies are
toothpicks.
bullshit too. What? No speaking of English?
The downside for Kenny here is that they did have some supplies here.
Commie piece of shit, Kenny.
Fuck you.
Yeah, Bonnie completely dies if you don't try to save Luke at all.
You mother.
Yeah, no, if you don't go in,
Let him go, Mike.
let him go, Mike. Let him beat the hell out of Arvo. Yeah, if you don't go in the water, Clementine stays dry. She gets to stay kind of warm. Bonnie doesn't make it out. I have a theory. After the Bonnie Friend or Foe episode. There's a lot of people that really, really hate Bonnie. And my theory is that the first time through, a lot of people tried to save Luke because they liked Luke. Luke is a likable character. So they tried to save Luke, which in turn has Bonnie be there. Now, if you tried to save Luke the first time, Bonnie's kind of nice to you. She's a little withdrawn, but she also accepts the fact that you tried your best. And then she tries to leave you. She just goes along with Mike. So she's still guilty of like leaving the group and taking all the food, right? But I think most people probably let Bonnie try to save Luke. Maybe they thought, like I did, that there would be a way to save him if you just let her fall in with him. Or she would try to save him, you know, and then tried to break the ice. And if you break the ice and fall in with Luke, Bonnie comes out. Jane comes over to save you and pulls Bonnie out too. And I think a lot of people got that ending and saw how Bonnie acts and were like, Bonnie's evil, Bonnie's bad. Look at how she talks to Clem, and then she tries to leave and everything. So I think that then tainted, because then you get this picture of Bonnie in your mind, and you start looking back on all the stuff that she did, and you're like, well, if she was evil here, she was probably evil here. And I think that really built up in the community over years. Bonnie's not good, but she's not this evil mastermind either. She just kind of goes along with whatever.
He wasn't lying.
That's why, like, I can't defend Bonnie and say that she's like this awesome person, but I also can't say that she's completely evil, because this was my first experience. I let Luke fall in. I didn't try to save him because I thought Clementine was going to die. Like, I thought that was where Clementine's story would end if I did that. So I wasn't taking that chance. So I never got to see evil Bonnie. I saw Bonnie as like untrustworthy and somebody I didn't want to hang out with, but I didn't see her as evil like a lot of people did.
Yeah, okay.
She's a snake, not an evil mastermind. If you ever fall through the ice, crawl and roll. Oh, if you're still on top of them. There were no walkers either. Yeah, they had plenty of time. There was no rush there. What irritates me most about Telltale, though, speaking of the choices and stuff, is I have been about as bad towards Jane as I could be in this playthrough. And you will still see, when we get to the highway, she is still like, hey, Clementine, I'm going to convince you that Kenny's bad. Even though I have defended him, gone against her at every turn, she is still going to try to convince me that Kenny is bad and try to convince me to go along with her. That is absolutely insane to me. Right? I could see Jane taking off on her own. I could see Jane. There is absolutely no reason that she should still be trying to convince me at that point.
Kenny's out back.
Okay, Luke's fault. It was a knowledge skill issue. That's true. Luke brought it upon himself. Nothing like blaming the victim. Realistically, in this playthrough, she would have dipped. Yeah. Like, the way that I have acted towards her, she would have just left. There is no reason she should be trying to get me to go along with. That is the point that I'm like, okay, Telltale, you dropped the ball. Like,
I can't believe he's gone.
If we were playing with nuance, if we were playing with
I've lost people before.
Actually, your choices make a difference.
I haven't felt this shitty in a while.
We're not going to talk to her. We're going to highlight the point by just ignoring her. Like, if your choices actually mattered, there would be nuance in the final outcome in some way.
I knew it.
Nope, you shouldn't have come back. She's got no reaction.
I'm gonna find something to clean that up.
Mike is talking to Arvo. Yeah, Mike's over there making plans with Arvo on how to get out of here.
I can't take this shit anymore.
It's almost in Luke's situation, IRL. Letting the rifle go, give you a weight.
Feeling better?
No, actually, in that situation, you wouldn't want to toss the rifle because
But we gotta get moving.
the motion of pushing it, because of how momentum works.
This house ain't worth a crap. But
Thanks,
the vehicle's
thanks,
in
Isaac
bad
Newton.
shape. With a little luck, we can get one fixed up.
Yeah, sure, Kenny.
Be out of here by nightfall.
When you throw the rifle, you're gonna push yourself back just enough, and if the ice is just done enough, it would push you in. So you wouldn't want to throw the rifle or lower your weight. You would want to stay as still as you possibly could and try to slowly slide over. Best case scenario, somebody can toss you a rope or a long stick or something to pull you out, because you don't want to put any downward pressure on that ice. The weight as it is, you're stable. And if you break that stability, you risk falling in. So unless you can get yourself to some thicker ice that is able to hold you up or have somebody pull you out, it's a very difficult scenario to get out of. What about just letting it go in the water?
What does she have to say?
I mean, you could probably do that.
What did she say?
You shouldn't have done that to Arvo.
I know, Clem.
I can talk to
I
him.
don't care. You can't do that.
I can talk to him in privacy.
You know me. You know I'm not like that.
You scared me.
I wouldn't drop it. I wouldn't want to drop the rifle in that scenario, though, because, like,
Again. That's a promise.
that's a weapon, and you're in the zombie apocalypse. Those are valuable.
What happened?
I would do my best to try to save it, but yes, you could probably drop it in and be okay.
We gotta
Probably.
stick together on this thing, all right? Come on. Let's see if the truck's gonna go.
He's going to have me try to start it. This is a callback to when we first met him and he was working on a pickup truck.
He was a mean son
I
of a
do
bitch,
like that.
but he
They
taught
had
me
some
respect.
flashes of brilliance with this
Girl
game.
like Jane could learn a thing or two about that.
Stay until is probably the best. Yeah, in that case. There was
All
no
right,
agreeing with him in
Give
that.
it a turn.
He was right, but it wouldn't let me agree with him like I wanted to. The battery's dead,
So
Kenny.
close, Clem. With a little bit of luck, I can get this thing running, and then we can get out on the road and really make some distance.
Wish Mike had a better send off. Wasn't Jane's
Wellington's gotta
motivation
be
that
out
Clem
there.
was almost like brainwashed? She probably just wanted to
Those
save her
rumors
from the
can't all
evil
be
captor.
bunk.
Maybe.
I mean, hell, there's got to be something out here other than snow and goddamn Euro trash.
Just going to agree with
Sounds
him.
good to me.
Yeah, she may have
I know it.
been under the impression that she could save Clementine. It's funny because she spends all of this time talking about how she couldn't save her sister and there's no point in even trying.
Did you turn it?
Yes, I turned it.
God damn it!
And then she tries like hell to save Clementine from Kenny in a similar situation in her mind.
We'll get it working.
We're going to be optimistic.
If we're going to keep AJ alive, we're running out of time.
We'll stay optimistic for Kenny's sake.
I gotta get this thing to start. Gonna try warming up the battery. Go on inside. I don't like leaving him with that girl.
I don't know that warming up the battery would do much. I don't know much about cars, so maybe I'm wrong, but a dead battery getting warmed up doesn't necessarily help, as far as I know. What if I look at the excavator? What does that do? Kenny went to Mexico a long time ago. I think I remember him talking about that in season 1 with Lee, maybe.
Wish they'd finished this place.
I could be wrong about that, though. I feel like that's a conversation him and Lee would have had. Maybe that's where he went for his bachelor party. Kenny went down to Cancun. got a little crazy before he got married to Katja.
Hey.
You could almost defend Telltale's whack decision by not letting Jane leave if she gets nowhere with Clem.
Shut up, so
The fact that she spent so much time alone with, she can't pick up on social cues too good. That's possible. Yeah, it is very possible that she just didn't catch it because she's been alone for so long.
He'll be fine.
Clem, he beat that boy within an inch of his life.
What I hate about Jane is her trying to act like she knows anything about the dynamic between Clem and Kenny, though.
I know Kenny's a nice guy, Clem.
Yeah, she makes a lot of assumptions about the situation.
Probably had a nice job.
Probably.
A nice, pretty wife.
What she's going with here.
And all this happened.
What she's talking about.
One day he caved some kid's face in and realized he could sleep at night.
Kenny isn't Carver. He just made a mistake.
All I'm saying is, start thinking about what happens if you're wrong.
See, she's trying to plant the seeds here.
You two have known each other a long time.
Don't know why.
Sooner or later, you're gonna have to decide
construction
which
equipment
that's
here. No one mentions Bonnie died. Nobody liked Bonnie, I think. Like, literally the only person that even seemed to like Bonnie was Luke. And that's a maybe. I don't think anybody in the season talks about liking Bonnie. I could be wrong about that. But she might just be like the outcast.
I guess we're getting close.
That's what worries me.
Get used to it. We're going to spend a lot of time with AJ in season 4. We think about it.
There's not much left.
The group hadn't listened to Arvo to go back to the cabin.
People a long time ago, down near DC.
Luke and Bonnie wouldn't have died. That's true. Well, they might not have. We don't know what was in the town. Who knows what they would have run into?
He was a douchebag. Anyway, the dick got stuck under a car hiding from a dozen walkers.
It could have been more convincing if she
One
worded
after
things
another, they
better.
went down
Maybe.
trying to save him. Lost 4 people
If she
before
had
we
been
got here.
nicer all along, if she had not been so outcast and known what to say in the right times. Nope, I'm not going to talk to her. I'm going to ignore her. She was actually getting along with the boys at the campsite, so she is social. Yeah, she was getting along with them. But the fact that nobody even mentions the fact that Bonnie died,
She was just staring up at the sky.
it just seems really
She was
weird,
watching a
is all.
bird. Look, Clem.
She...
You got it working.
I don't know that she has a personality disorder per se. I think she has some abandonment issues. She definitely has some PTSD, some survivor's guilt. She's been through a lot. I think a lot of people forget that because of what she does with AJ in the end.
So what's the plan?
She's got a lot that she's
How
been
much
through
food
and a
do we
lot of
have?
problems she's dealing with.
And for the baby?
We need to find a place for the baby.
Yeah, someplace warm.
I agree. We should head back south.
What?
We're gonna freeze to death.
Head back
I don't know
south.
who
As if
suggested
it's
the idea
warmer
of
in the
us
south.
march
You
up here
don't
in
know
the
if it's
first
warmer in
place.
the south.
Look at that.
Florida just got snow.
What if we went back to house?
Like, what if they're dealing with that right now and Florida's got snow in the zombie
More like
apocalypse?
Texas.
Texas?
Not even AJ likes Bonnie.
It was just an idea.
We already talked about this.
Why they go
I'm
back
sorry.
to the cabin,
You
the
did?
cabin
Going
group?
to find
Why they
Wellington.
don't go back to the
Right,
cabin,
Clem?
the cabin group used?
Wellington?
Because that's a long way away.
It's freezing up here.
I'm with Kenny. We should head north.
Goddamn right.
The cabin is like
My
a couple
friend
hundred
Kristen,
miles, I think.
She told me about Wellington a long time ago, Jane.
Somebody figured it up and estimated it. I forget who
Look,
it
don't
was,
give
but
two shits about what you
it's a ways.
I got this truck working, so I say where we go, and we're heading fucking north. It's the
Yeah.
best chance we got of helping AJ.
Yeah, nobody mentions Bonnie's death.
What about Arvo?
Who? Oh, the Rusky? Yeah, he ain't coming with us.
You're just gonna leave him here?
I don't give a good goddamn where he goes. He's done.
He's too dangerous to bring.
At this point, you might be right.
He knows the area.
Hey, Jane's siding with us.
Oh yeah, some help he's
Problem is, a lot of people
He got Luke killed.
use
I
just
ain't
one
gonna
event
say
as
he
reason to
helped
hate
us
someone,
into
even
it.
if there's reason.
But maybe if you
That's
teased
the
up on him
thing.
before, he
A lot
wouldn't
of people
run away
will
in the
form their
first place.
opinion based on
You
one
feel
thing.
about that, Kenny?
Either way, I'm not going
It's
anywhere.
there's the old adage that trust is hard to gain but easy to lose. So it can take a long time to build up trust and a lot of interactions. But one interaction can destroy it all. And I think that happens with several characters, especially in this season, where you'll have characters that for the most part are pretty forgettable. They don't do a whole lot. They're friendly, but they're wishy-washy, like Bonnie. You know, a lot of people see her as like a snake, but she is very wishy-washy. She is a very forgettable character, except for that last bit. If it weren't for that last bit where she yells at Clementine in that one specific circumstance, most people would never talk about her.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah, me neither. They could
So
be
yeah, that's a
herd out
good
there.
point.
You want that child's blood on your hands, Mike?
We're all gonna die out here if you don't calm the fuck down, Kenny.
Haven't we been through enough for one day?
Jesus fucking Christ. Remember the last time we had a working car and sat around on our asses, Clem?
Yes, I do. And if we do this, if we wait around, it's going to happen again. Kenny would have actually hated the idea of going back to the cabin more than the idea. Yeah, probably.
Kenny, are you okay?
That was a quick reaction. I probably shouldn't have said that.
You better talk some sense into him.
Mike, I have been against you this whole time. Why would you say I better talk some sense into him? I'm on his side. I don't know why they don't go to Hal's. It's a matter of gas and time.
Damn it! That's stupid.
Because you only have enough gas to make it a certain distance.
Get the fuck out of here!
And you don't know for sure if you're going to find gas in other vehicles down the road. You don't know what the situation is on the road to get back and forth to Hal's. And you don't know what the situation in Hal's is like. Because what if most of the group survived? The zombies walking by, right? You know Carver's dead, but what if the other guys are still there? You're going to then go back and try to convince them to give you stuff?
But I thought at least Mike would have more sense.
I don't understand them either.
I know, Clem. Look,
We're
got
like
maybe
mini
a
Lee
day's
at this
worth of
point.
Food for that kid left. That's it. Clem, think about Rebecca and Alvin. I mean, what if Lee hadn't gone tearing
Well, I
across
can't think
half of
about Rebecca
Georgia
and
looking
Alvin
for
because
you?
then I'd go against.
A lot of folks died to make that happen. A lot of folks died to get us this far.
I know. You're right.
He makes a
Someone's
valid
gotta
point.
keep this group together.
Kind of.
That kid's depending on us. I wish Lee was here.
Right, yeah. There's a million reasons not to go back.
What you think he'd say?
I think he'd tell me that he doesn't have all the answers.
Because Lee was smart.
And to keep my hair short.
Leave Mike, Janet, and Arvo with Kenny.
We can't just give up on this kid. I mean, what's the point of going on after that? That's what people
I
like
think
Lee knew. And what people like Jane
the best
won't
situation here,
understand.
Clementine should go back in the house,
Look,
grab
I know
AJ and the
Wellington
food
might be
as
bullshit,
quietly as she can,
but where
get back
there's
out to the
smoke,
truck, and then
there's
she
fire.
sleep.
Krista heard
Her and
about
Kenny.
it too, right? You know, when I first saw you back
Jane
at
and Kenny
that
both have some good
lodge,
points. Go to Hal's, get gas and
thought I
supplies, and then
was
go back to
dreaming.
Wellington.
And when you sat
Yeah,
down
Jane's
next to me,
point isn't
and we
like
shared that
you shouldn't
meal,
dismiss it on his
well, I
face,
could tell
right?
that you were different
But it
now.
doesn't make a ton
Grown
of
up.
sense
I felt pride.
because what we just talked about with like the horde that was there and the people that are
But I
still
need
alive
you
there.
now, Clem. There have to be folks doing better than us.
Something has to be out here. We'll find it, Kenny.
We'll find it,
I
Kenny.
knew I could count on you, Clem.
What
Look,
do you
we'll
think Lee
figure
would say?
everything out in the
I'm Lee,
morning.
motherfucker.
Come on, let's get some sleep. So we gotta be ready.
Let's get some sleep. Now Kenny's all like, yeah, we'll just stay the night. You could say everything I've been saying, Kenny. Just trust me. Trust me, bro. The question is, what if she had not been awoken by that little cord hitting the window? And like, I've been there. I don't know if you've been there or not, but like, you're laying there in bed, you're sleeping, and then like some little random ass noise wakes you up and you can't get back to sleep. And that's literally what she just had happen. If that cord wasn't loose, who knows if they would have gotten away. Clem just happens, yeah. She wakes up because she hears this random ass noise. We're gonna pull the gun.
Kenny must have a key.
Don't move.
Damn it, Arvo. The first thing he does is turn around and point the gun at her.
Step back.
Doesn't make sense for her to say something. If someone else had brought Kenny being crazy, it would have made sense.
What are you doing?
Yeah, everybody else sees Kenny as crazy because they don't know him. They haven't known him as long as Clementine has, and through all the shit he went through in season 1.
That's everything we have.
Yell for Kenny.
We just gotta get away from that guy, Clem. Okay?
Who? Kenny?
Clem, damn it, we don't have time for this.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah, that's the thing. We know that Kenny was right about Arvo because Arvo is very, very two-faced. The way he acts, the way he talks.
Nice and slow, and you're gonna give me the gun, okay?
Kenny! Jane! Help! They're robbing us!
And then he shoots her.
No!
She's damn lucky this is a through and through. This bullet, like, Clementine very easily could have died from that gunshot wound if it hadn't gone through. Regarding Hal's and all, going back to Hal's means putting the kid's life at a massive risk because we'd be relying on ourselves to protect him. At Wellington, we'd have an entire community. That's true. That is also a very good point. But I think she just wanted to go back to get some supplies and then move on. This part.
Lee?
It's just a bad dream.
I am not going to lie. The first time I played this, I got to this point right here. And part of me thought, was this entire season just a dream? And now I get to be with Lee again? Maybe Lee didn't actually die and I can go back and change what happened. Like, there was a part of me that so wanted that to be the case. I was so excited. Like, maybe I get to play as Clementine this time and I choose not to go off with the stranger. Like, oh my God, this is such a hard moment. What if the whole season was a dream? Yeah, that's exactly.
What was it about? Duck?
He's bit.
We don't know how this works yet.
Oh, but we do.
Maybe it's like a cold.
Got to stay at Wellington, then Kate doesn't die in some stupid car
Mom's
crash.
a doctor. Maybe she can help him.
It's not like a cold.
No.
By the way, if you haven't
Probably
voted yet,
not.
right now we have Go With Kenny 55 to 45 over Stay at Wellington.
I feel bad.
Why?
I called him a crybaby when I hid the bug in his pillow.
Oh, that's okay, honey. You didn't mean it.
Kenny ran out of plot armor. Oh, that's so sad.
Hmm?
Why did Lily do that to Carly?
I don't know. She was sad, Clem.
Where did they find that
That
rifle?
can make people angry sometimes.
I don't know where they found it. Maybe it was in the house. Maybe Arvo had it hidden.
Have you ever been that angry?
The Brooklyn hoodie, yep.
One time. Clem.
Maybe this is where they go when they die. Oh my God.
How come?
So then you get to spend time with Lee after everything's all said and done.
Things happen to everyone. And it's hard to keep being yourself after they do. Do you think we should have let Lily stay?
This is such a sad scene.
I don't know.
The worst scene is in season 4, though. Wait till we get there.
I don't know if
That one I might actually shed a tear over, because that one was hard.
Well, it's not like math, Clem. Sometimes there just isn't a right answer.
I hate math.
Me too, sweet pea. But part
Yeah.
of growing up is doing what's best for
This
the people you
this
care
would have
about.
legitimately been the only time I have ever seen something that said this is all a dream, and I would have been like, yes.
I don't want to hurt anyone.
It's not that easy.
Why didn't nobody think to look? The Russians, they had some pretty good weapons.
I'm scared, Lee.
What can I tell you to make it better?
That you won't leave me.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. I promise. Everything's gonna be all right.
Nico likes math. I'm not a fan of math, personally. I side with Clementine on this one.
Now let's try to get some sleep.
Do you think this is the point where
Lee.
Lee's dreaming about Clementine eating him, and Clementine's dreaming about Lee? I should put those scenes back to back. This is right here, perfect. Those scenes back to back where then she wakes up and she's a zombie trying to eat Lee. Would honestly kill for a reboot of season 2 that has Lee be there with Clementine. I feel like Clementine growing up alongside Lee would be peak fiction. Yeah, I would have loved...
On the left!
Lee had to die for the sake of the narrative. It made sense. But I would love to see how Lee would handle... And him getting back with Kenny. Imagine Clementine and Lee together, and they run into Kenny. And depending on how you acted around Kenny in season 1, like to see the different dynamic in season 2 and how that would play out, that would be so cool.
You passed out from the shock.
Am I gonna be okay?
You should be. How do you feel?
She wouldn't have long-term health issues depending. If it was a through and through, which I think it was. Like she just said, it must have been a clean through. If it went through and it didn't hit any arteries, it would probably heal up like any other wound. You know, it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
I could tell they were working on something.
I didn't think they'd go that far.
Yeah, well, who would steal our food and shoot a kid?
Unpopular opinion, Lee had to die for Clementine's character development. It did make a huge difference for her character.
Didn't get this puppy thanks to you.
Now that Clem's awake, we should talk about where we're going.
We're headed north.
What,
We're going to Wellington, Jane.
Sure talk a lot of shit, but you got a better plan?
We head south, back to House.
Carver's camp? The fuck kind of plan is that?
Wellington's out there. We have to keep looking, Jane.
Clem, you can't be
How will they
falling
handle
for
the
this.
Carver
She made up
situation?
her mind, Jane.
Clem, please. This is suicide.
Why don't
Lee
you let
would
her
have-
think for herself for once?
Lee would have
Why
probably
don't you?
played into Carver's
Look,
ego,
even if
I
there
would
is
think.
someplace up
Lee
here,
was
it could
very
take us
well
weeks to
educated. I
find
think
it.
he's the
We
kind of
could get
person
back
that would
to
have been
House in a
like,
day.
he
Tell
would
you
have found a
what,
way
we
to
could
make
turn around
Carver
and
see
serve
his
you proudest
way of
meal
thinking.
from a cold,
And
dead
Carver would have
person.
thought it was his
How's that
idea,
sound?
you know,
Whatever.
because that's Carver's
I give
character. People like Carver are very
your
egocentric.
feet off the
They're full of
dash.
themselves, and if you play into them enough, you can
Let's
kind of
play a
trick
game,
them into
Clem.
doing what you want them to
I
do.
spy with my little eye an asshole. Your
Beef
turn.
Wellington.
Grow up.
Go to hell.
You burnt
I'll
the
pull
beef
this fucking
Wellington.
car over.
Go ahead.
You want to die out here?
Better than waiting to die next to you.
Leave him alone, Jane.
No, Clem, it's fine. Let her run her mouth. I am done playing games with you, Jane.
This is the
Fuck
point
you.
where
You don't know a
Jane
damn thing
lost
about me.
my
Oh, I know exactly.
lost my support with the way she pushes him
Nobody
so
cares
hard.
about you, and you don't care about nobody but yourself. That makes you
Like
nothing.
up to
What
this
isn't
point,
with you? It's your
Jane's
family,
been
right?
Don't.
It is,
wishy-washy.
isn't it?
She
I'm warning you, you little shit.
You're just another type A asshole trying to save a bunch of dead people.
Don't you fucking talk about that.
watch the
Watch
road.
I am,
Be careful.
goddammit. You listen to me. You mouth
He's
off
not
about
watching
my
the road.
family
But anyway,
without fucking
up to this
edge.
point,
Jesus
Jane's
Christ,
not
I'm so
like the
sick of
worst
this
character
wounded
ever.
warrior crap.
And then she starts like just
Pull over.
digging into
I
Kenny
can't
and
take
going
this.
after him, and it's
Running
so
away
messed up.
again? What a fucking
She's
shocker.
trying so hard to
In
push
the
his
end,
buttons.
Still only care about yourself, right?
And where were you when
She
Sarita
does have a
got
point
bit,
about
Kenny?
that.
Huh?
It
Where
is going
were
to take
you?
them a while to find Wellington because they don't even know if it's out there for
I
sure.
couldn't- God damn you, I love that woman.
Jane, Kenny loves Sarita.
Of course he did. He loves having
You
anyone
run your
around
mouth
that does
more
what
than
he
you run from the
says.
group.
That's why he loves this kid so much. He can't talk back yet.
Fuck you.
You know the thing about people like you, Kenny? You're just a bomb waiting to go off.
See, I have a theory that Jane knew somebody like Kenny in the past, and that's part of the reason why she's pushing him so hard now. I think she's got to the point where she's trying like hell to get Clementine on her side for one, but she's also taking out any frustrations and making assumptions about Kenny based off of past experiences. And she's trying because she thinks if I can just push him far enough, he'll freak out, he'll lose his mind, and then I can show Clementine. And it's so wrong to manipulate people like that.
About you behind your back because they're afraid of you.
That ain't
Mike,
Kenny didn't want to fight. If she had shut up here, Kenny wouldn't have said another word. That's the thing.
Everyone around you knows that sooner or later they're gonna end up dead. Sarita knew it, I know it, and so does Clementine.
I told you not to talk about my family.
Fuck you!
You fucking piece of shit!
Go to hell, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, the shit she says is just not okay. Because then look here, right here. Here he goes.
You okay?
I'm fine.
How's AJ?
He's fine.
You sure?
Yes.
Clem.
Right
you
there.
all right?
The first thing he does, are you okay? We've just been fighting. We've just been angry at each other. Are you okay? And she starts to apologize.
One of them might have
But
diesel.
I don't know where she was going with that.
I'm running on fumes. Got no choice. When I holler, it's okay. Drive up close.
That's the thing, is I don't think he's a bomb waiting to be set off.
Try to meet you there.
I have seen people,
All right?
and we've talked about...
If you're going, go now.
Kenny.
Yeah, he's not gonna let me. We've talked about in the philosophy and ethics videos for GTA with Trevor, right? With intermittent explosive disorder, IED.
I can't do this anymore.
I have known
I'm
somebody
serious.
with IED and bipolar disorder before, and Kenny
tried,
doesn't
but
meet
I
that
just
criteria.
can't.
Stop making him mad.
Everything
Like,
makes him
he
mad.
gets mad.
You
He
don't
gets
see.
really riled up,
Well,
but
all
he
you're
doesn't
doing is just
lose
making
his
it
shit.
worse.
Somebody with bipolar or IED wouldn't
Just
turn
like
around after that and say, hey, are you okay? They don't calm down that fast, right?
Clem,
It takes some time to come down from that high.
Right now.
Are you serious? What about
Kenny
AJ?
ended this whole Jane debate
I
himself.
know you're close to him, but
When Kenny said she
Kenny
could
would
have
never
ended
let
this
him
whole
go.
fight by simply saying, yeah,
this is our
she
chance, Clem.
absolutely could have.
Don't you ever want to know what it's like to live your own life?
Playing this year it came out, I was 12 and knew something was off when Jane came back without AJ. Yeah, I thought she had let him get eaten by zombies the first time.
It's snowing.
I thought she had intentionally
zombies cold enough
sabotaged the
yet.
whole thing
Fuck.
because of how she was acting. And
Get
like
outta
this
here.
scene,
I don't know
she
how to
throws it and drive
See
like,
that pedal on the
Clementine,
floor?
hit the gas
Step
and
on
just
it.
go.
Don't just sit there. What are you doing? Hurry up.
What if I don't hit the gas
Shit,
pedal?
They're getting closer.
Is that an option?
We'll pick up Kenny on the way. Just go. Come on, Clem, go.
What if I don't hit the gas pedal? She does it on her own. Lily and Jane would be besties. Probably. We know we're gonna crash either way. There's no way out of that.
Fuck, get out of there. The door's
Yeah, Lily falls very close into the bipolar, especially.
Shit, there are more of them.
But she's also got a lot of problems.
Clem.
Otherwise.
Clem, hurry. Jane, hurry.
See, she's running away. She doesn't want to hang out. She doesn't want to be there with Clementine. She has a plan already formed in her mind. She left Clem. Yeah, she did leave Clem. And here's the thing. If they just sit in the truck, they don't crash it. The zombies aren't going to break in the damn windows, okay? I don't care what anybody says. They are just wrong. Zombies are always shown as overpowered in these in games and movies and stuff. Those windows, car windows are a very specific kind of window. They aren't going to shatter if you're just beating on them with your hand, right? Not even a zombie can do that. So if they just stay in the truck, they're fine. They don't need to take off and gun it. They can just sit there, hunker down, be quiet, let the zombies pass, and then go. Jane really doesn't care about anything, to be honest. If she did, she wouldn't be hanging herself. Yeah, Jane's got a lot of really frustrating things with her. Except that one brick holding zombie in the show. Yeah, that was, I don't know if that was Kirkman or if that was the show creators. They really dropped the ball on zombies, is all I'm going to say. They made some massive... I don't like zombies because they have to be very specific to make them scary. You have to have some kind of element other than... Because there's a reason why Season 1 zombies in the show were scary. They could hold bricks and hit windows. But by the time you get to Seasons 2, 3, 4, the zombies aren't as much of a threat anymore. They have to actually give them new abilities in Season 9, 10, 11 to make them scary again. It's a plot device, though, with Jane leaving Clem. But it's a plot device for... Are we there yet? There we are. It's a plot device to move the plot along but Jane's got a plan. That's the problem. She could have gotten AJ killed. She left him in the car. Yeah, that was what I was talking about earlier. When she leaves him in the car, if a zombie hears him, that's over. The zombie's getting in there. She cracked the window. Like, she knew what to expect, and that I think the crack in the window was a contingency plan. She was hoping that if she was killed by Kenny, that they would then hear the baby crying. Futuristic shit the newer seasons did. Yeah, they went off the rails. They jumped the shark. Right, and if you're going to have zombies be like that, like in 28 Days,
Kenny,
you all right?
yeah.
then you keep them like that. You know, that's a specific part of the zombies.
You left him with her?
The Walking Dead, they're never established to be that way. They are shown as maybe a little bit smarter in some variants. But why the hell do the variants exist? There's no scientific reason for it. And I know, for literature, you're supposed to just like ignore certain things. But it drives me nuts when there's no scientific reason behind something. Because there are ways that zombies could be scientific. With parasites and that kind of thing. Like, there are ways this could be a thing.
What did you do?
Explains why they couldn't shoot for shit.
What are you saying?
When did the TV show jump the shark? When they introduced variants.
No.
They had to have a reason to have the zombies be scary again because the show was about zombies.
Clem, look at me.
And the zombies just kept, eventually the zombies would have died off, right?
Okay.
Eventually you don't have the hordes anymore.
Just trust me, Clem.
How could you let this happen?
I don't trust you, Jane.
You have to trust me. We're gonna see what he really is.
You left him with her. Yeah, I couldn't do anything about it, Kenny. Yeah, State of Decay zombies have variants, but the State of Decay zombies are they are created that way.
Didn't kill him. It was an accident, Kenny.
It's supernatural versus like realistic. Okay, the State of Decay zombies, the 28 Days Later zombies, they're more supernatural. They could have some kind of explanation as a virus or something, but they could almost be seen as more over the top, right? Because let's be real, a parasite or a virus isn't going to give people superhuman powers, right? They're not going to allow you to defy physics and that kind of thing. And if you establish that in your universe as supernatural, that makes sense. The Walking Dead, where they fell apart for me, was when they got to the CDC and they pretended like all of this made some kind of sense. They pretended like there's some scientific explanation for it, as if it's grounded in real world science, and then later tried to change that up. Like, that's what frustrated with me. Why is Kenny upset? Because AJ's gone.
Down from you, Kenny.
Shut up!
I'm warning you. Jane, don't. Just don't.
I'm not letting this crazy fuck anywhere near me, Clem.
I don't need permission.
Last of Us was honestly the most realistic variants of zombies and the fungus. Possibly. I don't know if you were around when I was talking about that when I started the stream. I was playing. I started my Last of Us playthrough for the Philosophy and Ethics series this past week, and some of their zombies so far are incredibly frustrating. But they do kind of make sense from a variant standpoint. What if I don't do anything? Jane, get the hell off of him.
Oh my God.
Couldn't the virus mutate over time? Yes, but that's not... Viruses don't mutate to... So, the way viruses work when they attach themselves to cells, they don't make the host do things. They don't make the host... when you get a fever, when you have a virus, it's your body trying to fight the virus off. The virus isn't actively changing you, right? Viruses don't work that way. Bacteria doesn't really even work that way, but a bacteria could take over the host. A virus is trying to take over the cells, not the host itself. When you have something like a parasite could take over the host and make the host do certain things. So there's a parasite that actually infects ants, and it will make the ants climb to the top of a a blade of grass, and it will wait for a cow to eat it. So the cow will eat the blade of grass with the ant, and it's because the parasite needs a certain chemical in the cow's stomach to reproduce. So it needs to get eaten by the cow so it can reproduce, so it can then be pooped out and put on and start all over again. That's what parasites can do. Parasites can take over and can do things like that, but they don't physically alter you to make you bigger and stronger. It's not like, if you've ever seen Futurama, there's an episode of Futurama where Fry eats a sandwich and he gets I don't think it's a parasite for him. It's a type of worm. It might be a parasite, but it makes him like stronger and better and everything. That's not how parasites work. And viruses don't work that way either. The main problem is they never explain the infections.
Just go.
Yeah,
I ain't going nowhere.
Jane, back off. No, Clem.
They
put this crusty piece of
they
shit
tried to
out
have
of
their
the-
cake and eat it too. They wanted to pretend like there's an explanation without actually ever giving an explanation.
It's over!
Dead rise into zombies well with parasitic wasp. Yeah, see, that would make a hell of a lot more sense. The gas station egg sandwich episode.
God damn it!
Futurama's outstanding. I don't like the newer seasons quite as well, but the older seasons for sure. How the hell's... Because she had the knife knocked away from her?
Die! Fuck you! Crazy fuck!
We're not gonna look. Look away, Clem.
Kenny!
Like, that was literally one of those two was gonna win that fight. Like the one thing from the plague, ink on the brain that can take control. Yes! Yes, Foxden, exactly. No, I could not shoot Kenny. I'm not going to shoot Kenny.
Are you okay?
I asked on the community tab, Kenny or Jane, and the community picked Kenny. We're going with Kenny. However, we still have a few minutes. We're at 51% to stay at Wellington. Ooh, stay at Wellington's taken over. So we have 39 votes. Stay at Wellington or go with Kenny.
No.
Currently, Stay at Wellington
I'm
is
right behind
leading 51-49. Episode of the lab was basically where the writer's saying the whole lot of nothing. We talk about it on the show with the CDC
AJ!
having the option to kill them both. I mean, I get why it exists.
Are you okay?
You know, you see Kenny kill Jane, and then maybe you want to get rid of both of them.
AJ.
I don't think it would make sense that Clementine and AJ would go up. Clement's 11. She's 11 years old, maybe 12.
I thought
She's not walking away with a
we lost
baby,
you,
okay?
buddy.
And surviving.
I won't let you out of my sights again.
I thought that Jane might have killed him.
I was thinking the same thing, Clem. That's why I was
Can
so
always flip
fired
again.
up. She never wanted the baby around. She made that clear.
Yeah,
We need to introduce Kenny to anime.
Just,
I
why
don't know how
would
well
she?
that would
She
go.
was nuts, Clem. A disturbed person that had her own agenda, that was looking out for herself.
He's not wrong here. I hope Kenny win and then
Listen,
shoot him.
I didn't
That's
want
true.
that to happen either.
If
I
you
thought
if you
she'd
helped him
killed
win, you
Alvy,
wouldn't want to
Clem,
shoot him.
And at any point, she could have stopped what was happening by saying he was fine. She wanted a fight.
And that right there is the
Never,
difference between them.
ever hurt you. You understand? I was protecting you. You believe me, right? Just imagining what she did to Alvy.
I believe you.
Okay.
I feel like that Goku feller. That's the ending Telltale prefers. I think the ending Telltale prefers is going to Wellington, isn't it?
Come on. Let's put some miles between us and this place.
Canon ending is shooting Kenny and leaving Jane and going with AJ alone. That wouldn't make any sense, though. I can't see Clementine realistically surviving with AJ in this snowstorm. Like, at least with Kitty, you have some chance. I just can't see Clementine doing it on her own yet. She's not there yet as a survivor. She'll get there, and obviously she does between seasons 2 and 3. But I just don't see her there quite yet. Jane was had an alternative motive. Yeah, that's the thing with Jane. In the end, because if you kill Kenny and you talk to Jane, Jane will still go on about how bad Kenny was, right? And Kenny does say that a little bit, but he also says very pointedly, if she had told me he was alive, I would have stopped.
Come on.
And that is telling. If she had said to him, he's alive, AJ is fine, he's in a car, I was just trying to prove a point, I think it stops there. If it doesn't stop there, then you can argue that, yeah, Kenny was bad. But I just don't see that as being a thing because of that one fact.
You cheated.
That's why he dies if you stayed with him. No, he dies if you stay with him because Telltale's writers are just horrible. Like, Telltale fell off after season 1 bad.
It's about time.
And they did fine with The Wolf Among Us. That's the frustrating thing is they had season 1 of The Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us were really good.
This one's gonna be the one.
And then Telltale just like took a shit and they fell apart. They tried too hard. They went too far. They were really good at one thing and then they stopped. Like they got successful and they gave up.
Just stay still, Clem. Do as she says. Put your hands up, Clem.
I don't know. How did Wellington fall? It looks secure. Wellington fell because of the writing. Honestly, there is no reason. Like, this right here should have been canonically the end of the story. You get to Wellington, and that should be the ending. As far as
a couple of people at the front gate. They don't look like trouble.
that particular ending, if there's other endings you could have, but like there shouldn't be any more Kenny and Clementine stories after this. Ideally, they live happily ever after.
This year's Clementine.
Hello. Oh, what a handsome boy.
Tales of the Borderlands and Batman was great. I'm actually going to be playing Batman in a couple of months.
Alvin, Jr.
Oh, he's going to be a little heartbreaker when he grows up.
Can you let us in?
I'm going to be playing Batman. I don't know about Borderlands. I never played Tales of the Borderlands.
Well,
I might have to play that at some point.
I'm afraid this is the part where I give you the bad news.
John Doe in the Telltale Batman game. I'll be getting there, so. Do you think Kenny played Minecraft or Fortnite? Probably neither. Kenny's not really the gamer type.
Water, some medicine, a first aid kit.
Why are you giving us this?
Unfortunately, our community isn't accepting new members. We're over capacity as it is, and there's just not enough to go around.
I'm wondering how they're over capacity.
Things might change in a few months.
Fucking kidding me.
If they've got a lot of people, you would think that would be the best scenario.
But we have a baby.
This is hard for me too.
Yeah.
I don't want to turn.
She was kind of heartless there. It'll be a little heartbreaker, but I can't let you hang around.
What?
Please, just take the kids. It's too dangerous out here for them.
Kenny,
All right, 5149, stay at Wellington.
Make room for that.
It's
You can
really
take back
close.
The supplies you gave us, if that helps. Please, just I need them to be safe.
Really do think
And
Clem
it's
would
safe
survive
in
with
there.
AJ if
I
they were
know
alone.
that.
I just don't.
Ask
I
someone,
don't see it.
Please.
There's just too much happening, and there's too many risks out there.
I'll ask. Just give me a second.
I guess with the snow, many people turned up there. That's true. They might have had a big influx.
You're just gonna leave us?
If they'll only take you two, then that's how it's got to be.
We don't even know these people.
It doesn't matter.
This part is so hard.
Safe. That's what's important now.
Kenny, we don't know what happens with Kenny if we stay at Wellington. Kenny goes off and he rides off in the sunset. He's the cowboy that rides off in the sunset, but we don't know what happens to him. If we go with him, he dies in a car crash in season 3.
Thank you.
And right now we are at 5149. Stay at Wellington.
This is your chance for you and this boy. I don't trust myself to.
Winter isn't the best time for supplies and such. That's true too.
Please, I'm begging you. Please stay here. Stay here where it's safe. where you two will have a chance.
No, no, no! Why are you doing this?
Because it's the only way for both of you.
The best ending for Kenny.
Think about Alvy here. Please,
Yeah, I always see the Wellington ending as the
do what's
best ending for
best.
Kenny overall because
This one
all he wanted to do was save
you'll
somebody.
meet people.
For 2
You'll make
seasons,
friends.
he just wanted to save somebody.
Good people.
Okay. Okay, we'll stay.
We're staying at Wellington.
We'll stay.
You all voted for it. We're staying at Wellington.
Okay. Right.
I know. The fact that his hat doesn't show up later on in season 4 really irritated me.
Okay? He deserves
Because
to know.
Clementine keeps her hat. Like, even at the end of season 4, Clementine's hat is found when it was lost at the...
Take this.
But Kenny's hat doesn't get to stay with AJ? Like, really?
When he's old enough, you make him wear it.
Yes, I'm going to be playing. So starting next
Sun out of
week,
his eyes.
next Saturday,
That's important.
same time, same place, we're going to start season 3.
All right.
So we're going to play through season 3, one episode every week. And then once we finish season 3, we'll do season 4. And then we're going to do Michonne.
Please.
I've never played Michonne. So I'm going to play it for the first time on stream.
You take care of
And then
Alvin.
right now, tentatively, my plan is after Michonne to go into The Wolf Among Us. And then potentially Batman. Now I'm going to be covering Batman, Telltale's Batman, in the Philosophy and Ethics series,
I'm gonna go.
most likely after The Last of Us.
Before one of us changes
So
their
that's my
mind.
current plan, getting into at least April and May. So we'll see how things go after that, but that's the plan at the moment.
I might not look back. Not because I don't want to.
They take the hat in the Wellington flashback. Ah. See, I didn't remember
Glad
that.
to have met you, Clementine.
You think in this ending Kenny would have his plot armor? Can't wait for... Yeah, I think this is the ending that Kenny goes off. I like to think that he finally found happiness at some point, and then he died as an old man somewhere down the road. But this ending right here, I think, is the best ending possible for Kenny. He saved somebody. You know, he didn't die to, he didn't sacrifice himself and then hope that they were okay. As far as he knows in his mind, they're at Wellington. They're at a safe place. They will survive. They will live long lives. And that is all he wanted to do for 2 seasons. He has fought. He couldn't do it. He couldn't save Duck and Katja. He couldn't save Lee. He couldn't save Sarita. He just wanted to save one person, and he finally got to save Clementine and AJ. Do more Fallout at some point. Really love to see the breakdown of 3 in New Vegas. Possibly. Let's see. Protect the baby. We're the majority for most things. I'm in the minority. Most players shot Kenny. In the end, who are you with? And very much in the minority. Very few people make it to Wellington, apparently. Okay, let me switch over here real quick. So there we go. Yeah, so Fallout, I would like to cover 3 in New Vegas at some point. That is probably going to be a little further down the road just because there's a lot of other things. I've got to plan out things a certain way. And with 3 in New Vegas specifically, I'm waiting to see, there is a rumor that there's going to be a remaster for both of those. And so I'd like to wait until the remasters come out because I never played them originally. I played 3 a little bit. I never played New Vegas. I played 3 enough that I know there's some vaults I would love to talk about in there. So yeah, I would like to play those at some point. I'm also going to be doing more Fallout characters. I was talking about this earlier. I'm going to be covering Piper and Valentine in the next couple of weeks, as well as I'm going to be covering Hank from Detroit Become Human. So I've got those covered for the Friend and Foe series, as well as Nick and Trip and Eleanor coming up for the Walking Dead Friend or Foe stuff. So I'm doing 3 videos a week for the next 3 weeks, basically. Imagine if they had Kenny come back in season 4 with the Stephen Hawking wheelchair. That would be hilarious. Maybe become a character in 7 Days to Die. Imagine he's like how Sarita described when she found him, but a little happier. Maybe. I'm hoping he'd be a little bit happier at least. big. Yeah, it is Bethesda. We don't know for sure, but that is the rumor currently. And I would like to try them in the Philosophy and Ethics series if they do come out. Kenny saved other people and never fulfilled him. He didn't actually ever save anybody. If you really pay attention, Kenny, he lost Katja and Duck. That was his first big loss. And then the rest of the season was basically losing people. He was able to save Krista, but he was spent the rest of his time trying to survive, right? So, and Krista was just like a brand new person. He'd known it for like all of 12 hours. You know, his thing was trying to keep people safe, and he just hadn't been able to accomplish that. And then Sarita dies. The cabin group mess up his entire world. Walt gets killed. Matthew got killed. Like, he knew Walt and Matthew both. And then he's just, everything is just a loss with him until he finally gets to Wellington, which is the one piece of hope he had. Pretty sure the remastered were confirmed. Hopefully. I don't know. I saw something about them. It really makes you think you should shoot Kenny. That you could argue that point. I think that the canon ending is more Clementine being at Wellington. David Fernderfoe will be coming in March, sometime around March. When we get into season 3 on the stream, I want to give it a few episodes into season 3 before I cover them. That'll be sometime in March. Lily would have whooped Kenny, unfortunately. That would have been an interesting thing. If Kenny would have been interesting to have Kenny and Lily fight. Yeah, Kenny and Lily would have been an interesting dynamic in season 4 if Kenny would have come back. But I think that's one too many times bringing Kenny back. Even though Kenny was telling Clementine to go to Wellington, you could honestly tell. Yeah, deep down, he really wanted her. He didn't want to see her, but he also wanted to see her safe. So I think he was conflicted, and he was just hoping that she would make it easy on him and just go along with it. He didn't want to be selfish. Kenny's not the one to make the selfish choice. Kenny is the most selfless character, I think, in the series, as far as he will sacrifice and give up his own safety to protect others. Yeah, he saw Clementine as a daughter almost. He normally got a double kill. All right, well, I think that's going to do it for this week. It's been a great stream. Thank you all for hanging out and chatting and voting. Next week, I'll have a vote up on the community tab at some point. I have to figure out what choice I want to put on there. I have to go back and relook over season 1 or season 3 and what choices were there. But I'll put something up at the community tab, and then we'll go from there, because I want you guys to help make some of the big decisions as we play through. But starting next week, we will be in season 3. It's 5 p.m. Eastern time, just like every week on Saturday afternoon. Kenny Solo's fanfiction. Oh, Lord. All right. Well, you all have a great rest of your Saturday, a great rest of your weekend, and a good week. And I will see you all next Saturday.